Hello,
Wait,
everyone.
wait.
We have to go.
See?
Yeah.
Sometimes I hear like this. Now, yes, I think, I don't know if it's my problem, but no, but this is old.
Oh my god.
Wait. This is old. This is not you.
We're in
Ah.
live.
This is you 1 minute ago. Yeah, what? I don't understand why. Now. Okay. Okay.
Wait,
Wait. Oh my god.
Okay.
we're live?
Yes. No.
Katy.
Okay. If you want, you can cut. If you're waiting for her,
Firma.
you can cut.
Hello, everyone, again. We've had some technical problems. But now everything should be alright. So we were mentioning the most important match probably in this tournament, which is Chieti versus Risarcimento Obiettivo Padova. Could you? Where at the first board we have a very important match, a very important game, where the young Polish international master Sadzikowski Daniel is facing very strong grandmaster Super GM Vallejo Pons Francisco from Spain, rated 27 and 10. So
Yeah, and also it is worth to mention that Daniel played the first round, and now this is his second round, and he probably is a bit tired. And while Vallejo had a rest day in the morning,
yes, so
it can be affected the match.
on the second board, Garcia Palermo Vocaturo Daniele from Italy, also quite young player from.
Yeah, besides the disappointment of the previous lose, Brunello is in the game, and he plays with black against Rombaldoni.
Dennis. Rombaldoni Dennis is the brother of the former Italian champion Rombaldoni Axel.
Oh, okay.
And on the fourth board we have Birney Daniel 25-41 versus Schetaj Luka 24-56. So let's have a look at the openings, and we see again the French defense played by Vallejo Pons Francisco. So Daniel again e4. We are very happy about it. At least I'm very happy about it.
Okay.
To see e4 again.
I'm always happy about it.
Okay, so knight c3. We have again another variation. E5, c5, knight e7 first. Okay, of course this is the very common transposition. You can play either c5 here, a3, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, and knight e7. Or you can start with knight e7, and a3 is played anyway. So bishop takes c3, b takes c3, c5, and that was in the game. And during our previous analysis, we mentioned that there are many possibilities here. You can play the main move queen g4, h4, or knight f3. And Daniel chose queen g4, immediately attacking the g7 pawn, which is the most aggressive approach probably. And I know that Daniel was working a lot on this French defense when he was preparing for the Polish championship, so I am expecting some interesting theoretical duel here. King f8.
Yeah,
we've got king f8 on the board. Other possibilities are queen c7 and or
castle. You
short castle.
So like it's not the best option.
Yeah, it's not considered to be good for black. It's the old variation. So we've already seen knight f3 here in the game. It was what?
It was
Iordachescu playing with love against Vallejo. So Vallejo once again is using his French defense, and the game Iordachescu Vallejo was very well played by Vallejo pawns. So he's very confident, as we can see in the French defense here.
Yeah, but right now he just decided to play king on the short side, not the long side, because in that game we saw that he raised the king from b7 to b3 was the last destination, I think. So he's not afraid of the king races in this opening.
King f8 is a rare move, I think, but it's theoretical, it's possible, it was played many times, and I think Daniel is thinking, right? It's his life, so Daniel could be a bit surprised here by King f8.
We can see that Vallejo here spent pretty much time to come to this position.
Oh, that's true. But he was thinking about bishop b4, so he was thinking if he wants to go for knight f6 or bishop 7 is not a good move. But so at this point he spent, so king f8 was played after 4 minutes. I think Vallejo has some. He has this analyzed, of course, because such a player is analyzing those variations very deeply. So
yeah, he was about to choose which variation he feels to play, I guess.
Yeah, so
we can quickly move to the second board of the teams, and here we have again e4.
We have e4.
Yeah, but we have in this case Karakan.
And again, the closed system, right? So we've seen the game Leko Peter versus, who was that? Yeah. Peter Leko was playing with white, or was it Vallejo?
I don't know.
It was Vallejo, I'm sure. It was Vallejo in the first round. So h4 was played here. And but Vocaturo Daniele chooses the main line, which is knight f3. We have a6 and bishop e2. Knight d7. This is the main line. Of course, I have meant in this position. I've mentioned before that whenever you play the main line, you have to be ready for all those c5 lines, because basically black can play c5 at any moment here.
But knight d7,
which is the main line, castle, and bishop g6.
Yes, and now white played knight d2 to jump on b3.
I think it's in this particular position it's possible to play a4, which is another idea. So the idea is when black plays, for example, knight to e7, then there comes a5, a6, and b4, closing the
queen side,
preventing c5 first of all, closing the queen side and letting white to enjoy his space advantage here. So knight bd2 is the main move. The idea is to put your knight to b3 in order to control c5 and be ready for c5. So knight h6. This is kind of unusual, but I think it transposes to the main line. So if black plays knight b3, bishop e7, this is a very unusual line, because usual people maneuver through e7 square and go directly to f5 or sometimes g6, not in this case. Also, there are some ideas to put your knight to c8. Generally, this is the part of solving the problem of the bishop. You have to develop your knight first, and you go either to c8 or to f5. And here we have knight h6, which seems to be very interesting idea.
Comes to f5 for sure.
But for now, he first develops his bishop. So a4 was played. This is the standard way of playing to seize some space on the queen side.
But black played a5 here to stop this pawn exactly that place.
So we are live, and Daniela is thinking in this position. The problem with moves like a5 is, okay, he stops the a pawn advance on the queen side, but at the same time he loses the opportunity to play c5, because whenever he plays c5, then his b5 square becomes very, very weak.
Yes.
So that's the drawback of playing a4, a5. But on the other hand, the knight in b3 is not so good, and we've seen it in the game Tari Aryan versus Prohaska Peter. It was very, very similar. After a4, Peter reacted with a5, playing against this knight. Yeah, so I think we're going to leave it here, and let's
I
move
just
on.
ask you to move the fourth board of the teams. Like they have very interesting.
You mean
G? This position. They have very interesting g5 here.
Yeah, g5. So we have English defense, which transposes to something.
But
maybe after d4 it will transpose to some
Catalan positions.
Cattle or Nimzovich, bishop g4, b4, or yeah, because there are some lines at bishop b4, knight c3, or yeah, to transpose this to positions like this. Okay, so but bishop g2 was played, and then g5. I would call it Richard Rapport style, because we've seen a lot of games of Richard Rapport playing such crazy moves, and g5 was played by him. I think it was even in this position, g5.
Second move?
Yeah, also there has been a game of Richard Rapport, knight f6, and imagine h6 against some strong player, 26
for
something.
g5?
Yeah, to play g5. So this seems crazy, but it was actually played. So this is something that should be called Richard Rapport style, because he's very famous for those crazy ideas, g5. Okay,
but in this particular game, like, why is g5 for?
What is g5 for? He wants to play g4.
He wants to play g4 and
yeah, and if you move to h4, then bishop e7, and your knight is.
And what if white stops this pawn on g5, and actually he played h3?
Yeah. Okay, something that looks very tempting is d4, but here comes g4, and you're losing your pawn in the center. But usually, whenever you see you have an attack on the flank, you should respond with the counter attack in the center.
But that's not the right time. Right?
That's not. So h3 first, preventing g4 looks very logical for me. I've been analyzing very similar position, but with the pawn on e4 actually.
Okay.
So, and there was h3 was also good there, so it should be good here too. Bishop g7, and now d4 is not possible. So knight c3. Yeah, and it's interesting if this is going to be the weakness or h6.
Or just make some problems.
I'm thinking about I'm all the time thinking about this d4, but probably not in this position.
You want to jump this knight on b5.
Yes, definitely.
Make some checkers
Yeah, it makes some sense, maybe. Or maybe
but
he should castle
look
first.
at the clock. Like black already have to spend 15 minutes.
Because he has spent his 5 minutes on g5.
So he came up the idea on the board.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think he was thinking about Richard Rapport playing this move. Alright, so h6, and we have skipped one game.
Yeah,
Rombaldoni, Brunello. Very important duel. And we see the red opening knight f3, d5, g3. This is called the King's Indian attack, probably, but it may transpose to many openings. Bishop g4, bishop g2, c6, castle e6. That's probably the most solid way to play with black in such positions. And also h3.
Yeah, to solve the problem of light squared bishop and then set up that structure of the pawns.
Yeah, it will be played anyway, even farther in the game. So it's why not now? So bishop h5, d3, bishop d6 is very standard way, c4, and this is also the typical way to undermine the center here. Okay, white wants to, after let's say some move like knight d7, you take here. If or let's say even knight f6, okay, because for the sake of the analysis, if you take here, c takes d5, you can play queen b3 and play on the queen side.
Okay.
If he plays e takes d5, your main idea of white is to play knight c3, queen c2, and e4, and play also upon this bishop some g4, knight h4.
It seems like this bishop is just a
very bad piece.
Not bad piece, but white can play on this bishop. And also leaving c8 square sometimes gives white chances to queen b3 and some play on b7.
Yeah, so c4, but Sabino chose knight to e7. I haven't seen this a lot of times. This is some unusual.
You think that he keeps the f6 square for a pawn?
It's possible that he wants to play f6 and bishop f7.
Yeah, if g4, and if not, maybe he wants to play some f5 to get the center.
Yeah. So I'm interested, what is the way Sabino is planning to develop his pieces in this particular position. I suppose first he'll castle, then knight d7, then maybe f6, bishop f7, something like this.
Yeah, while we're on Brunel's game, I just want to ask you that you just lost the bet against me.
I've lost the bet.
Yeah. Yeah, say it.
Let's not. Let's not go back to this. Okay, to tell you, what is the truth is that Marina Brunello is the sister of Brunello Sabino,
yes.
And she's playing in the women's section, and we are going to have a quick look.
Yes.
Later on. Alright, maybe let's look at the second match, because we were focusing only on the first one, and also, could you... we have Montebelluna playing against Lazio Scacchi.
We can
Both
look
teams.
actually.
But we would like to know how many points.
Okay, let me check. Montebelluna
Is playing Lazio
has
Scacchi.
have 5 points.
Why are they playing Lazio Scacchi if Euroscacchi? Oh no, because okay, we have 3 teams on the lead with
Yes.
2 wins and 1 draw.
Yeah, that's true, but I think that's on the way they.
So it's natural that they get paired, right? Montebelluna is taking some team with lower number of points, so they took Lazio Scacchi. And on the first board, interesting match, Norwegian prodigy Tari Aryan versus Vasquer Igar from Spain. Oh, sorry. This is Peter Proharska, but. And again, we have young Di Benedetto playing on the 4th board.
Okay.
So
we can look after.
Yeah, we'll have a look. And we have a very interesting variation, and I can say a lot about this. Okay, it's e4. Fortunately, c5, knight f3, e6. Some people call it pause, and some people call it come. Knight c3, queen c7, and the latest trend, queen to d3.
Okay.
Looks very strange, and I guess if we were living, I don't know, 50 years ago, if somebody saw this, he would say, "What is this?"
Make these gestures.
What is this? Yeah, because it looks very strange. You shouldn't move in general, you shouldn't move your queen in the opening.
Yes, and also it closed the bishop from f1.
But then the computers came, and suddenly we have a lot of such moves. Queen f3.
It's really unnatural. Like, what is the idea of queen d3?
The idea is this: if you play a6, then I take on c6. Okay, you don't want to take with the queen.
Okay, I take with the pawn.
You take with the pawn, I play queen g3. So if you avoid, then you have a very unpleasant.
Okay, it's pin or attack or something on G7.
Attack on G7.
It's very hard to get free this bishop from A8. F8.
If you take, however, I recapture with the H pawn, and suddenly my rook is very active here, creating some pressure, and there are problems right here, because usually people play d5. Let's say bishop f4, knight f6, knight to a4, and there are problems here, right? So the endgame is very pleasant for white. So it's a very interesting idea to play queen d3. And I'm pretty sure that Renier knew about this, because knight f6
is a correct response.
Is a correct response. Yeah. There were some games. I think it was Motilev or very strong player versus Jerebuk, or so. So knight f6 was chosen by some strong 26 plus players. So knight db5, because now this is probably not so strong. Queen g3. You can probably take and go bishop b4. And what is important, you haven't black hasn't lost his time on a6. So that's why the main move is knight db5. I've seen also, I've seen the Richard Crawford playing this. Okay, so queen b8, queen g3. The idea is the same, d6. And now the problem is that white has to find the place
For the knight.
for the knight. So bishop e3,
Okay.
a6, knight d4, and bishop d7, preparing b5 here.
Mhm.
So it looks like a very strange Scheveningen version because queen is on g3, putting some pressure on g7. So, but I think this position is quite okay for black.
Yes.
Because you can play some even bishop. I've seen some bishop e7 stuff.
To sacrifice this g7 pawn.
Right.
And after rook g8 maybe.
Rook g8 exactly, and then something else, knight g4 or rook g6. There are some ideas. So b5, bishop d3, and g6. It's also possible.
To solve the problem in this way, and the bishop comes on g7.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like a very pleasant version of this structure for black. Because usually, if you want to play this structure, Scheveningen structure, you have some problems with the attacks like g4. Keres attack is considered to be crushing the Scheveningen variation. So g6, and this is actually
the last position, I think.
And the way that Bukavshin played here, Bukavshin even.
So now White has to decide to castle, and is there like White has two options, or like long castle and short castle, or
I think it's only short castle here.
Short castle.
So I expect sometimes it's useful to play moves like this.
To stop before.
Yeah, but maybe just castle here. I've seen some before, knight c2. Interesting games. Alright, so let's have a look at the other games. Basso Pierluigi Ortega Alexi, who is the former Italian champion. We have again the ready opening. c4, immediate c4. I've seen a lot of Italian players playing this line. Knight e3, d5, c4. Maybe this is because there was some.
They're working together.
Yeah, there was some coach that was.
Yes, because all these rounds we have very similar positions, very similar openings.
Yeah, that's true.
And
a lot of.
It is. It's possible.
Maybe it's coincidence, but maybe it's not.
No, most of the countries it happen like that. In Georgia, all the Georgians are playing the same variations. I don't know how it's working.
It's true for China, for example. They play even the top Hui Fan, they play, for example, the Russian, the Petrov's defense. Also, they have some very interesting variation in the Rausers variation, the interesting continuation, and they also play it. So, okay, c4, e6. Okay, I've seen some interesting stuff after d4. b4 is being played, and here is a very interesting idea to play g5.
Again, the same with g4 ideas.
Yeah, g5, g4 ideas.
But if stuff like h3.
h3, I don't know. It's possible. Some bishop g7.
But we don't even look at the taking on g5.
Taking on g5, then idea is to play 5.
And get some tempos.
Yeah, knight f3, d4, knight g1.
Yeah, and now even b4 is hanging.
Black in the house. Okay, so c4, d4 is worth considering, even though there are some reversed Benoni lines, but they are not considered to be very strong. It's funny because
very, very strong. What do you mean by black or by white?
by white.
Okay.
Even though you play Benoni with the tempo up, black can survive. I mean, it's not considered to be a very dangerous way playing. But e6 is the solid approach. We have g3, so this is Catalan right now. Knight f6, bishop g2, bishop e7, d4. I'm happy that we don't have those variations.
Why you're happy?
Because they are pretty drawish.
Really?
Okay, so Wesley is winning, but the rest.
I don't think so. It's a too drawish.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's such opinion going on that those variations are. Black is solid and.
Okay, but I think it's very popular to take on the d6.
Yes, of course. But he castled and knight bd2, probably to avoid this and maybe play for win, because he's got white in this match, and maybe he was advised to be sharper and try to find some points.
Okay.
So c5.
And now what happens if... I think it's just some changes.
Yeah, everything is protected by the piece. Of course, if black wasn't able to take this pawn, it would be with the knight. Sorry, it would be worse because the structure is bad. But everything is the center is protected. Knight from f6 protects d5, bishop protects c5. So
in the game it was c takes d5 and queen takes d5.
Queen takes d5. Very interesting.
This is interesting. And a bit unusual, I think.
Yeah, to put the queen like this, it's unusual.
Under the pin, and very common is to take with knights in these positions, but maybe he was afraid of e4 sometimes, after castling or something.
Probably he was maybe some first castle, then maybe some e4.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, queen takes d5, castle, c takes d4, and knight b3, and this looks very similar to the French defense, the Tarrasch variation. You also play, you give this pawn, and then you play knight b3 and try to recapture. Also, you want to recapture being black with the tempi, because taking with this, the knight, and the bishop.
Yeah, gives the other chance to play one more move.
So
it was d3. And very interesting, knight f jumps on d4.
Is this a pawn sacrifice? Because d takes e2, you take back with it, because there's no other way, right? You get to take back. And this is the pawn sacrifice.
Yes, and now queen has to find a good place to go.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's afraid of queen coming here. Not only he has bishop f3, probably.
But maybe taking.
Yeah, taking also looks.
This knight on h5 is out of the play, and maybe some knight b5.
Knight b5, knight h6.
And now some bishop e3.
Looks very bad for black.
It's a very unpleasant.
Yeah. He is going to lose one of his pawns.
Yeah, actually it's very common for a cardman to sacrifice a pawn and then play for the initiative. But in case if the queen goes without taking d takes e2, then I think queen is gonna take on d3. He just avoids to get the isolated pawn.
Let's say the queen goes somewhere else, with, for example, queen to d8.
Yeah, that's the other problem, because queen can be under rook d1.
Rook d1 looks very good for white.
And now queen should find the our
the
knight.
other place. This looks terribly.
Maybe knight d7.
This looks terribly. So, yeah, knight d7. Still looks very, very bad after bishop f4. Yes, then what the plan to play either knight b5 or rook a c1. So very interesting sacrifice by Lexi Ortega, former Italian champion. So the third board, Valsecchi Alessio versus Altini Nicola. And I think we have the Marocci bind here. e4 again. So many e4s.
Today is your day.
Knight c6. Okay, we have the accelerated dragon that transposes to the Marocci bind. Bishop d7, bishop e3, knight f6, knight c3, castle, bishop d6. Here we have the main position of the Marocci variation. Knight d4. Oh, it's worth noticing that black often captures exchanges on d4, exchanges the knight, and plays bishop d7 because after bishop d7 he can
keep this
he allows knight c2. Yes. Yeah, and this position for white is sometimes better to not exchange the pieces.
Yes, keep the pieces.
And this is actually very unpleasant position for black sometimes, because you never know what plan to choose. In the main variation, you just trade some pieces and play some active moves like bishop d7, bishop c6, and that happened in the game. This is the main variation, and here we go again, h3, popular move recently. h3. This idea has gained popularity. I've seen Niels Grandelius playing Kolar's Dimitri in the Grand Chess Open, also h3. Bishop c6.
What is the idea of h3?
That's a good question.
I don't know this position so well, and
usually
because I don't.
People play f3
yes.
here, but h3.
Maybe he wants some active play, not f3 but f4.
Yeah, maybe he's just. It's a bit of a waiting move, a bit preventing some knight g4 stuff. After bishop c6, this is interesting. Here comes queen to c2. A5, rook a d1. So this is very unusual setup in general in the Marocci bind and the new setup, I would say. Because usually you play some f3. The main line is of course f3, let's say a5, queen d2, bishop c6, b3, knight d7, bishop e3, knight c5. So we see that the position from the game is very different. Queen is on c2, rook actively playing here. This is not. This is not.
And what is the plan in this position for whites?
Okay, we will see a5 because rook a d1, knight d7, and now bishop g4. Okay, first he trades and bishop g4. So he leaves this opportunity to move this bishop, which if he had played f3 wouldn't have been possible.
Okay, but now he wants to trade the bishop to knight and leave the knight versus bishop, I guess.
Yes, something like this.
What if knight jumps on e5?
If now knight jumps on e5, then c5.
Okay. So
2 days ago, I played this position on the internet with white.
Really?
And I played c5 here. Yeah.
Okay, how it go? Like,
I won.
because d6 pawn gets very weak, I guess.
Yeah. D6 pawn is very weak, and let's say I played G5 here, and there are a lot of weaknesses.
Oh my god, yes.
This looks terrible for black.
Yeah, queen d4, and then knight can jump somewhere and to get these dark squares.
Queen comes somewhere to D4, you can double your rooks, and it's just a very, very good position for white. So, but he went to C5.
Oh, and now e5 is coming.
I'm interested, what about some waiting move like rook C8? Because maybe we're just doubling the rooks on the D5, and okay, rook C8 not, because
It's not gonna be.
I think colors play something like queen C7, here's some waiting move, and I saw A4 by Nils Grandelius. Idea like this, just to close
The queen
all
side?
all the possibilities in playing the center. Knight C5, E5. The same idea to play to attack the D6 pawn. F5. This is very interesting. F5. I feel like white's position is somehow superior because it's always very risky to play this F5 move because you get it looks nice, right? It always looks nice. It always looks nice. Knight is here, but you have a lot of weaknesses.
Okay.
King is a bit weak, and that happened in the game. Knight D5 immediately. So he wants to the position like this.
Okay. So you think that knight on c5 is just a very nice piece?
Knight here, yeah, it's a nice piece, but it's only nice. It doesn't do anything concrete.
And how can white prove, like, what is the plan for white now? To get some play on e7?
Some pressure here, yeah. I think. Okay, let's see. A5.
e5.
A5, sir.
So now d6 pawn is weaker and d5 squares look so nice.
Yeah, so it looks suspicious to play such a move, but on the other hand,
maybe he wants to get d4 square for knight. It is very crazy to play h5 the next move, and then when the bishop leaves this diagonal to get knight e6, knight d4.
On one hand, it sort of weakens black's position, but on the other, this pawn is, I think, well protected.
But now he has flats.
In general, the plan may be to maybe a3 before at some point.
For example, now a3. Let's.
No, it's a4 coming.
No, I wanted to play something else. I wanted to play a3 and h5.
You wanted to play h5. So
I wanted to play knight d4. Actually.
Bishop e2, knight e6. That's possible too. Maybe no. Maybe. Maybe some ideas of c5 now. Maybe it's
right now.
Yeah, no, maybe not right now. Right now. Yeah, I know. You have d1, but okay, not now. Okay, so I think we should leave it right here.
Okay, you're not very excited about my h5 idea.
Yeah, this
No
makes
words.
sense. Okay, it makes sense. No, I say it makes sense to play h5 because the only thing that stops black from playing this beautiful maneuver here, knight e6, knight d4, is the bishop on g4. So h5 is a very logical move.
You're trying to be very nice. I would appreciate that. But let's move the other game.
So great idea by Katie here. I try. Okay, let's move on.
The next, I think.
Which is Di Benedetto di nuovo. Sorry, it's Di Benedetto.
We are skipping the third word, but
the third word is this.
Okay.
We've seen all of them, so
we're working really fast. Okay.
Again, E4.
Okay.
E6, D4, D5, Knight C3. Again, the French. What's going on here?
They're working together.
They are.
For sure. They're working with the same coach.
Oh, there's only one coach. No, I was kidding. Of course, there are a lot of good coaches here. Again, we've seen Di Benedetto playing this with black. Yes, and now he's playing
with white.
With white, and now we have another story. Yes. This is another story. Of course, we've seen Bishop B4.
Bishop B4.
Or I mean Bishop B4 before.
It was with H6 or without H6.
You mean our bishop? Yeah, Bishop B4. There was E5.
H6 and Bishop B3 and
Knight E4. Okay, but now it's a different story. Knight takes E4. Bishop E7. I think also this is possible. This is the other line, also very popular here. To take with the bishop.
Pawn?
Yeah, black recaptures with the pawn.
Okay.
He can recapture with the bishop, but this position is maybe unpleasant for
black because of the bishop on C, or
yeah. Usually you play C5 here and try something, but now it's not possible. So I've seen the game. Daniel Sadzikowski with white versus no, it was Malcolm Payne, the organizer of the London Chess Classic, versus Daniel Sadzikowski, and Daniel had a lot of problems in such positions, so it's definitely possible to take, but this is another story. Bishop takes f6, and we've got this on the board actually. So it's not only Malcolm Payne, but also Di Benedetto Eduardo.
Let's see how he
B6.
Because
yeah, and
this is not very huge. He is a very slightly very for white, and it is important how he uses this advantage. And he's the one, the most younger player of the tournament.
The youngest player, yeah.
Yes, he's, as you mentioned, 15 years old, and he's a very big hope of Italian chess.
So again, we have this interesting idea, Bishop D5 check. We've seen this in the French defense. We've seen it a lot. Okay, so
C6.
So he probably wanted to force C6, because then the bishop on B7 is not so strong anymore, and bishop on B7 could be very annoying. Let's say Eduardo would play some very bad move like bishop E2.
Okay.
Then castle, bishop to B7, and bishop is really good on this diagonal.
Okay.
Now maybe knight C5. Okay. So
yeah, actually that's a very common idea to check and force opponent to play C6 to close the bishop in any case.
So we have knight D7. I think bishop A6 is bad here.
Because of taking?
And the knight too.
Maybe
the whole position is just bad. I mean, queen E2, you have to, where do you go? If you go to C7, then probably queen c4.
Okay.
So we have to go to b8, and I played knight to e5, so it looks bad. So it's not so easy that it's enough to just trade the bishop to solve black's problem.
And actually, it's very hard to bring this knight from a6 to the game. So I think knight d7 is normal move, control c5 square, and also just looking for c5.
Queen f4. So he wants to push to chase the bishop away from the center.
But there is no way he's gonna do that. I think queen e2 was in the game.
Queen e2 and then knight f6. I mean, this was there.
Actually, he spent like about 10 minutes for queen e2.
So he was wondering
What's going on?
what to do with this. But this is maybe it's a clever idea to play this queen f4 because it feels better for black. No, I mean, black should feel better when. Okay, castle queen e3. I feel like there's more space for black right now on some c5 maybe coming.
You want to go back with this queen? Maybe knight d5.
I mean, yeah, of course.
No. With black.
I mean knight d5 right now.
It's a bad idea because white can take it and come back with the bishop on it.
Then maybe f5. Looks good.
Yeah.
So maybe knight d5. Nice idea. So he's not forced to take. He can go.
Of course.
He can go back.
But like knight e3, knight queen e2, queen e3, queen e2 again.
Yeah. So worth considering. For sure, knight d5 here. So let's go back to this match.
It's getting very interesting actually.
On the first board, Daniel Zadzikowski versus Valea Pons.
The last position we mentioned it was
King f8.
Yes. And now the taxi line.
I know that in this position it's possible to play Queen d1.
Okay, what is the idea of Queen d1?
The idea is
to play maybe
knight f3 and play normally, but king is on f8. Okay, we've lost one tempo, but let's continue knight f3. And
but it's worse sometimes because king is in now without the castle.
okay, so king f8, queen c7, no, d takes c5. So again, in the French defense, we see this pattern. We have mentioned this as well.
I remember
sometimes
that, but I thought it was about like you meant there are two bishops on the board and it's very good to open. But what happens after queen c7? What actually happened in the game?
Knight f3.
Because this pawn structure
is inferior right
it's
now.
It's very ugly to play with this pawns.
Okay, well, if I manage to play c4, then it's sometimes
one less ugly piece of the board.
It somehow becomes pretty when I play c4.
But look, he took on e5 very easily.
Knight d7, bishop e2. Very aggressive approach by Daniel. He's sacrificing one pawn, and maybe then, as we can see, he sacrifices another one. Very, very aggressive approach.
C3.
Queen takes c3.
Okay. And now he's thinking.
Daniel has mentioned recently that he wants to switch to the aggressive chess. So maybe that's...
Switch, you mean he wants to switch from aggressive chess?
No, I mean he wants to switch from positional chess to aggressive.
Ah.
So maybe this is
He's right.
this is actually the reason why he plays like this.
Actually, it makes like sense, like 2 bishops on the board and king on f8, and
But does he have enough
yeah.
compensation?
But he's playing pretty fast.
Daniel? Yeah.
He has more time on the
Than
clock.
Valero. Okay, let's go. Avocaturo Garcia. And we have bishop takes h6.
Yes.
So Avocaturo said, I checked this. I don't believe it. I want to I want to check your structure. So okay, this is of course double-edged. This bishop takes h5, g takes h5.
Okay.
On one hand, there are those double pawns here, and they may be very weak. On the other hand, the bishop pair, also the g line.
I'm sure black is then gonna castle on the short side, and I'm sure he's gonna use rook g8. I mean,
Do you think he's going to kill her?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's going probably
One castle?
maybe.
Or even king in the center yet is not under any danger.
But it was actually the short castling, yeah. So queen d2, h5, which was forced. Maybe bishop g5 was possible as well, but what about this? And now here comes, okay.
No, h takes g5.
Because after queen takes h5, there comes f4 with tempo. So it's better to take with the pawn. But now I feel like black's structure is not so good.
Too much pawns are like.
If I play f4, it looks like he is going to have some problems here. So h5 and knight c1. Logical decision. This knight was, as we have mentioned, was not doing anything in particular here.
Yes.
So he wants to move to d3, then somewhere to f4 to make more use of this knight. Short castling.
The idea is to go king on h8 and come rook on g8.
Let's see what is the idea.
We just checked all the moves, I guess.
Knight d3. c5. Oh, this is something interesting. So he doesn't care about this. He thinks his king is safe enough. Bishop g6 is a perfect defender, so I'm gonna play here.
In the center.
But to be honest, there are not immediate threats on the king side. There is nothing concrete here.
Also, dark square bishop is really missing for whites.
Yeah, you could make use of it.
Yeah, so where is it?
Where
is it?
Okay, so c3, queen b6. But also white is solid enough to counter this attack, to defend all those pawns in the center.
But okay, now something is coming here.
Knight f4. If he takes on d5, no, on d4, then I don't know, maybe knight d4 or c takes d4. Knight d4, then knight takes e5, and okay, white managed to take one of the pawns, to grab one of the weak pawns.
But how black reacting? I don't think like knight c4 can be played.
Knight c4. Okay, let's take
Queen 8. Is that a queen h thing?
immediately, you mean?
Yeah,
because you wanted to capture on h5, right? So
now with the queen.
now with the queen, let's say queen b2 and bishop d3. So c takes d4 was played.
No, yeah.
Yeah, and Daniela responded with c takes d4, and we are wondering what about knight takes d4.
Okay, 95 for sure. You want
Maybe
to play
postpone it a bit because this is still a threat. But this pawn, maybe it's knight h5 anyway. So I think it's interesting to take with the knight here. Try to create some play here. Okay, let's move on. Rombaldoni Brunello. Cool. So it was mentioned that this is the typical idea to play c takes d5. Okay, I was wondering why not c takes d5 here. Maybe e4 right now.
Okay.
Looks good. But he captured with the e pawn and e4, typical idea. And suddenly, if he takes, then d takes e5, and the bishop is under attack.
Okay.
So let's say knight e5, g4, g4, interesting. Knight takes here, bishop or queen. That look is good for white. I don't know. For example, simple move like this, and this the pieces of black's pieces are misplaced here.
Yes.
Knight is out. Bishop is out of the game. Knight is not very good.
Everything.
It's blocked as well. So looks very good for white. So rook c8 was played. I wonder what is the idea of this move.
Bishop b.
Yeah, apparently it was played. So he wants to hide his bishop on b8 and to have his rook still in the game. So g4, bishop g6, knight h4. This is typical idea for white to play on the king side in such position. So it is followed by f4, f5. D takes e4, d takes e4, and bishop d8. So,
yeah.
what about f4 right now? Looks tempting. Those knights are not so well placed here.
Yeah.
F5 is being threatened. I don't know. You have to do something. F6. Jeez. F6. I wonder about.
F6 I dislike.
Looks bad.
Some H5 or.
But H5. But if I don't know, if I play F5, okay,
I take it on G4.
You can take immediately.
Yeah, and my idea is to open H file and then check on B6.
What about G5?
You want to play next move F5.
Right, and I want to. So F4. I wonder about F6 to play some typical move like E5, which is probably very bad. But looks nice.
Material.
Just as an idea, looks very classical sacrifice. What? Okay, probably there's something better than this. I'm sure there's something better. Okay, let's go back to the Daniel's game because we have some interesting stuff going on here.
I think it's a little more material.
Daniel offered
Free
he's offered the first one.
Phones for free.
And there's also the fourth one.
Oh my god.
No, it is the third one. It's the third one.
Okay. So
what is his
equal
idea?
to a piece.
I know the pair of bishops is the pair of bishops, but
Pawns are pawns too.
so what bishop? Bishop b3, queen d6.
And what about rook c1? No.
Queen. Queen a4.
Okay, and d4.
But then, yeah, for bishop d7, this smells a bit. Bishop d2. Okay, but eventually the bishop will come to b4 and be very, very
But
annoying.
knight can jump somewhere. Even on c6.
Knight c6. Maybe bishop f3 is maybe too slow. But okay, rook c6 is not working.
Or it's not working. Because okay,
Rook
take it.
c6.
And then c5.
Or queen c6. Just queen c6 in this position. Or maybe, I don't know, some other moves. Bishop f3. Because still black is very underdeveloped, so we have time for this. Okay, so let's go live. Daniel's.
Yeah, so Alejo is thinking now to take another pawn.
Or not.
Or not.
Is it enough? Or I need more pawns. And he looks like a pawn grabber. He has grabbed already.
That's a new term.
3 pawns, so I expect him to take on c5.
I could take that.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Alright.
Daniel is playing pretty fast. I think he has something
In mind.
Yes. Yeah. But that we can see after a break maybe because.
Yeah. Alright. So We're going to have a quick break now. So stay tuned and see you after the break.
Okay. Hi guys, we're back and from the break, and now we have a very special guest. Very special guest, Cristiano 40. Am I right?
Perfect.
He's the captain of the favorite team of the tournament of Padova.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked very hard for it. Yes.
And I'm also the captain of the female team ranked number 2.
Yes, I saw that you. Yeah.
So today it's a lot of work for me.
Okay. So I have lots of questions with you.
Great.
First question is like, how you actually get all these players? You have all the grandmasters. You have Peter Vallejo. It's not easy to get chess players.
When we started caring about the team of our club, we were like in the 4th league, I think, in the Italian league, and so we had the goal of trying to win it one day. But we would have never expected to win like 7 titles in like 10 years.
Wow.
And we started with a couple of friends like Daniel and Daniel, who I grew up with them basically. They're a couple of years younger than me, but. And then we decided to try and do well in the European Club Cup, and there of course we play on 6 boards, so we needed more players, and so that's why we have so many players.
Yes, but the question actually is how you get agreement from that type of players.
No, okay. With the Italians, it's not that difficult because with the young players, I've always known them, so it's really easy. We don't even need a contract. I just text them and that's done. With
the tournament come.
Yeah, okay. Not during the tournament, of course. And with the foreigners, with Peter, we got in touch a couple of years ago when he was playing actually against us in the European Club Cup. And we asked him, since everybody spoke so nicely about him, so we tried to involve him in our team, and he was really happy. And it's like the 3rd year he's playing for us. So.
Wow, that's pretty much.
And with Paco, he was real friends with Mogranzini, which is one of our players, and so we got in touch with him too.
Okay, and it is worth to mention, like the team really has a good sponsor for all these players.
Yeah,
it needs lots of money for.
Our sponsor is really dedicated and passionate about chess. They're also the sponsors of our Olympic national teams, and up to last year they were also the sponsors of our Open we organize in our city. So they're really dedicated to chess.
Oh, nice.
So they invested really a lot, and they really believe that it's a nice social thing to help developing chess.
Okay, and very last question says do you have any changes from last year? Because last year the other team got the title.
Yeah, last year we arrived only 2nd, but you cannot always win, of course, even though it was really close.
Yeah.
No, we made I think 2 minor changes. We lost Francesco Rambaldi, who is a very young Italian grandmaster, because he went to study in the US, so of course it was difficult. And we replaced him with Sabino Brunello. And then we changed in the non-Italians. We switched Etienne Bacro, who had played for us for 3 years, I think, with Paco. And we wanted to change after a couple of years.
Okay. Okay, and the very last question is, what is the expectations?
Well, of course, we'd like to improve from last year, as that's always the goal. And so since last year we were 2nds, we would like to try and win. But of course, it won't be easy. And for the female team, there are 4 very strong teams, and it's the first time we compete in the female event. And
who do you have?
Our main star is Antonetta Stefanova.
Who is just playing today?
She started to play today. We had some relatively easy rounds. So. And then we have Marta Fierro, who is and then we have 4 young Italian players. The Guecci sisters from Sicily, and Daniela Mobiliano, who is our current Italian champion.
So the team considered to be a favorite in the female section?
We are ranked number 2, but the first 4 teams are really close in the average rating. It's 20
So you are expecting 2 cups?
It would be really nice.
Okay. What do you think if we can look look the games of the
sure.
of the team. Okay, and we can start from here.
Okay, so Paco's game was a French Vinaver, I think. It looked really complicated from the beginning, and I think it looks so now. Even now, we've got, I think, 2 pawns up, but of course, bishop pair and exposed king and development. So I'm guessing there's at least compensation to be equal for white.
We were thinking like taking this c5 pawn was okay, like the other pawn. But Valero here took a lot of time to think, actually, or not. So yeah, and he just decided to go back with the queen and try to play with 2 extra pawns. So it's gonna be a really long game, I guess.
Yeah, probably
because both sides has chances. And yeah, it's gonna be very sharp.
Yeah, for sure. But okay, Paco was used to sharp games. Even yesterday against Chess24, it was really crazy game.
Actually, he plays so nice games.
It's
always nice to comment.
Yeah, but it's really nice for you with the engine. But for us near the chessboard, I was really worried yesterday.
Yes, it's also true. What about today's match, in the morning match? It was an expected draw.
We had a small blackout on board 3.
What happened?
Sabino totally forgot about the clock. I mean,
he didn't press.
No, he didn't realize he was short on time. He was simply thinking about the most precise way to.
Oh my god, he had some seconds.
But like, okay, he always plays moves with just 2 or 3 seconds on the clock. So I wasn't really worried until I realized that his opponent was shaking his hand. And really, Sabino fell from the. He was really. I mean, he didn't really realize what was happening. It took a couple of seconds for him to realize.
And how you decide who's gonna play? It's you. It's up to you, or it's you also ask the players, because after
of course.
that lose, I thought that he could like pass this game today, the second.
Yeah, okay, but we decided that maybe it was time to just rebound and.
And he was very okay.
Yeah, he was really okay with this. I mean, most of the time I always try and get the players to agree on the pairing. And of course, they all tend to think about their interests more than the team, because there's always rating and stuff. Yes. But I really never had huge problems with the pairing.
Okay, you have plenty of great masters you can choose.
Yeah, we could almost play football, but.
Actually, it was a football match yesterday, I guess, in the morning. Did you enjoy that?
I was at the captain meeting of the female team, but I've seen a couple of my players who were playing, and hopefully they played better at chess than at football.
Okay, let's move this second board. What do we have in here?
I think it was a Caro-Kann with e5, and I'm not really sure what happened with the black's pawn structure.
It happened like he developed.
Bishop take h6.
Knight develops on h6 and bishop h6, and it just happened. And in this position, where we can see they hang in on h5, and probably h4 is the only move.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, okay, maybe you can play something on the c file and try something on c2.
I have to get the file.
Yeah, and then
okay, maybe this one. Stuff, because white can't come to play for the c file, so because after
pawn will be hanging.
Yes.
Okay, I mean there's always rook c7, so it's a complicated position.
Yes. And there's no check on e1, I guess. Very dangerous checkers.
Yeah, we can cover with knight, I guess.
Yeah, knight. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks good, but okay. I'm afraid it won't go this way.
Yeah, this is actually what we're doing here.
Yeah, of course. Try and error.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like okay, it's probably equal, but I'm not sure it's so easy to find a plan for actually both players. But I think that like black has got some weaknesses which will stay for a long time on the board. So h5, possibly b4 someday. Okay, no, not now, but it's difficult to attack it. But.
Yes. Okay, let's move quickly to the third board. We have here Baldani, Brunella.
Yeah, it was a Reti, I guess, or in English, I don't know. Okay, I was much more worried before, but now I see that the g6 bishop escaped somehow, so okay. I was a little worried before, but no, it's okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm guessing it should
There's
be
two
a
like
little
double
better for white
bishops,
than
and
usual.
yeah, the center is really
Yeah,
nice.
center bishops.
But still, it's a chess, and also you can see the time.
Yeah.
Is less for Brunello again this time.
Okay, but these guys
This
are
is
both
style, like-
yeah. But also these guys are both fighters, so I'm expecting them to go on to better teams or something like it. They always play very long games. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see the very final.
It's Birni against Shitai.
Here we have this position.
Yeah, this was
did you see the beginning G5?
Yeah. Okay. I'm guessing it wasn't really expected.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I've seen. I think Rapport played something similar or the same. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Oscar just mentioned about that.
Okay, it's weird position, but okay. Again, Luca, the black player, is an original player, so we always have interesting stuff when he plays.
Right now, it seems like
yeah, I'm starting to like black. I must say, unfortunately. But.
Yeah, but everything.
Yeah, I mean all the pieces
many
on
things,
the board, so
changes.
It's really long.
Yeah, I hope you good luck, and for man and for female to you. Thank you very much for coming.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Okay.
Bye bye. See you soon. Have a nice day.
Only in Italy. All the emotions will come
Hello,
back
everyone,
on
I'm back.
I'm getting also very emotional.
So, I think you've had a look at...
We just very quickly looked, and he was surprised by
Which game?
Brunello game, because let me check. Yeah, he said like, oh my god, the bishop is not on g6 anymore, and it's better now.
Yeah, it looks like black is better. White is better here because you have black has white has the bishop pair. Also, a lot of space here. Controlling knights are really restricted.
Yes. And now knight on g6 is not the best piece.
It creates some play here.
Nice.
At least this is targeted, and maybe knight h4 at some
later,
point later on. So, but still, I feel like white is doing pretty well here.
Yes. Let's move to the game of Vallejo. He didn't take the pawn on c5.
So it was enough for him. 2 pawns is enough for Francisco in this position. So rook b2, queen f5, threatening the queens in exchange.
Yes, and without the queens on the board, it's gonna be less drama for both players for black. But of course, white's now gonna take it, and he wants
queen g3. Threatening some moves like queen d6 and then queen d8 might. It's as simple as this, and looks very annoying for black. This idea, queen d6.
It just makes me think that queen f5 just forced this queen to get even better plays on g3.
It's a very concrete idea to play.
I just wonder how much time he spent on queen f5.
It's 8 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay, pretty much.
Very long thinking. 8 minutes, it's still a long one, I think. So queen f5, and Vallejo is worse on the clock. He's left himself only 23 minutes, while Daniel has 52 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, not in this position, but in the live position.
Yeah, in the live position. So queen g3 and e5, blocking this diagonal and stopping the queen from coming to d7 or c7. And also opening the bishop and
yeah, in the future.
controlling the center,
yes,
increasing the control over the centers, and blocking some even bishop
bishop
f4.
f4,
So
yes.
bishop f4. So multifunctional move, bishop d3. So Daniel wants to force
just
e4, provoke e4. In case of e4, all those threats are back again. Maybe he can even start with queen d6,
because
but maybe not because of queen d7. I don't know, bishop b5, very complicated position. So so he wants to force a5. I'm sorry, e5, and queen comes to h5, because obviously he doesn't want to play e4 here.
And that's the only place queen can go.
Because queen f6 is very suspicious due to bishop g5, but then maybe queen e6 still.
But it's a bit unpleasant to be under bishop g5, even though he can directly go on e6, but close the bishop from c8.
So queen h5 was played, and bishop e2. So Daniel is satisfied with repeating the moves, as far as I can see. And is this going to end up in a draw? Because we have queen f5, the first.
Let me just count it.
The first repetition.
e5, bishop d3, and queen h5. This is first.
Yeah, we've got
the second. They agreed draw.
They actually agreed draw, so
oh,
very good result for Katie to have this very precious draw on the first board.
I'm curious why like agreed to make draw here in the position. Why he didn't go back on e6?
Maybe he was worrying about some ideas. I don't know, maybe rook e1.
And all this whole sacrifices of the pawns just worked.
Yeah, and Daniel achieved a very, very good result.
And according to his clock, may we say that it was his preparations until some moment and he was very ready?
Probably not, because he started to think here 5 minutes. It indicates that, and then here 7 minutes. It indicates that it was his own ideas. It was not the preparation.
But the final clock, 52.
It's very good.
Minutes to 23.
Very brave game by Daniel Sajikovsky.
I hope he would like to comment.
Yeah, I would like to see his comments too. Again, this is Daniel in our studio, but we would like to know more about this position, because obviously we don't have enough time to be precise, to have precise analysis here. So maybe let Daniel come and explain to us what's going on here, because
we're calling for Daniel.
It's too complicated. And
I don't know how if he likes to.
I don't feel like. Okay, maybe.
He can be a bit upset of the results.
Yes, indeed. So good result for Katie on the first board. So let's look at the other boards.
So far we have 3 draws, 3 games finished, and we have 3 draws.
Okay, let's have a look. Valsecchi Altini, it was they agreed to draw here.
In this position?
In this position.
You know why?
Your idea was not right.
He was afraid of h5. An agreed draw, an offered draw.
It's possible. But this queen d2 makes sense, because then, let's say your beautiful idea h5, knight to e6.
It's hanging on d6.
Yeah, it's hanging on d6. And also there's this place for the bishop on d1. which is better maybe than on e2, or it may go to c2, targeting the g6 pawn. So, oh, we've got Daniel
Very happy
in the studio, and we would like to know your insight into the game, because it was very interesting and we don't understand anything. So please. So, but we would like to know your comments.
I just like to.
So,
yeah.
Okay, that's why I came.
So we are joined by international master Daniel Satikowski,
Hello,
who has just drawn versus very strong super grandmaster Vallejo Pons, and we would like to know, first of all, are you satisfied with your game?
Well, I wanted just to get the sharp position, and
it worked.
I got it.
It worked.
It worked, but somehow I don't know. I played not the best moves. I think maybe we'll see what happens in the game.
Okay, finishing the game against Vallejo Pons with 52 minutes on the clock, sacrificing 3 pawns almost immediately. This is the good result.
Only two. Sorry,
Only two.
Only two.
But c5 was also sacrificed, but he didn't want it, right?
I just wanted to give him this pawn to get free line, but.
Okay, let's start from the beginning, because we are very curious, and I hope the viewers are curious too about your insight.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Were you surprised by? No, because.
Well, I had some 1 hour to prepare something, because there is no time here. There is no time for today to prepare because of double run. But okay, take c5, and I played bishop queen g4.
Very aggressive.
Winawer variation. Yeah,
Okay,
it's one of the most sharp line, I think, in the French.
I actually have said during the commentary that that you have spent a lot of time in this variation preparing for the Polish championships.
Of course, I was preparing this on the Polish championships, but no one played against me French, so okay, I was a little disappointed, but I knew almost half players was playing French, so I was preparing on the French most of the time, and no one played it.
Have you noticed that the French is actually very popular in this region? I would say in Italy you see a lot of French defense.
Really, I don't know.
Okay.
you are a specialist of the Italy, so okay, I believe you.
Okay, were you surprised by King of Eights?
Well, I was surprised. I knew that I can play knight f3, it's okay, but
also, I've seen some queen d1.
Yeah, and queen d1 is also good, but sometimes it transposes to align with queen a5, queen a4 sometimes, and knight f3, for example, queen a5, and bishop d2 and queen a4, I think, and it might it's normal position. It's just the variation bishop b2 and castle. It's normal game. The bishop b2, b6, and bishop a6 or something like this, I think.
All right, but you chose
d
takes c5, very aggressive
approach.
approach.
I said okay, let's open position. King on a8, okay, let's take.
And to pair of the bishop pair, just open the position.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay, let's make it fun. Okay. Knight f3, knight d7. Now I was thinking about bishop d3, take on e5, take and bishop e3. But queen c3, queen king e2. But okay, it looks very strange, and
maybe
I want to get my king safe. So
so maybe some
maybe even e5
coming.
Maybe it's just losing. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe. But I think it was the best what I played.
Bishop e2.
Yeah.
Knight takes
e5. Yeah, I have to take. Yes, and castle. Okay, queen f3 was also possible here.
At this point.
Yes, and maybe I should play it.
Queen f3. Okay. Okay, maybe I could let.
Maybe you can just take a chair.
Yes.
I don't
So
know.
I stay.
From here. Okay.
So
Okay, maybe let's see if everybody's showing.
okay, Daniel
Yeah.
here. I will
Okay.
develop it here.
Okay.
Okay, so we are honored to be joined by also the Super Grandmaster from Spain, Vallejo Pons Francisco, rated 27 and 10, very strong player joining us right now. And he has just drawn his game against Daniel Sadzikowski, very sharp game. And we would like to know your insights into the game. Okay, we are already.
Well, I said it. So it's your turn, maybe.
Well, actually, of course, when I prepared, he played basically every opening, and when I prepared for the game, well, basically Queen G4, I didn't check it just before the round. It's super sharp lines everywhere. So he played it instantly, and I was like, okay, let's play something a little bit strange, so he will not have so much experience and he will not have preparation. That's why I played King F8, but I wouldn't say I'm a big expert on the line. So actually, the game went super sharp very quickly. And well, it's hard to say. I mean, I had the feeling maybe I'll be better at some point, but of course, I mean, it's a super double-edged position, and he has, of course, very good compensation. I mean, DC5, it shouldn't be very good move.
Yeah, I was thinking about
So-
knight f3 just. But
Well,
after,
million moves, of course, here. But I mean, when I checked the line, DC5 wasn't the most impressive move.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a normal position. But actually here, knight d7, I was pretty. I mean, what I was worried about was what he played. Because otherwise, I thought I'll get a good position if Queen f4, Queen g3, or something else. I mean, I have the option to take on c5 sometimes, or to play b6. So this was the super critical line actually. And well, and here to take
maybe now queen f3.
Queen f3. Well, yes, but you give me one tempo.
Yeah, that's why.
And
I
I
didn't want
need
to,
to have big balls to take on c3 and
Yeah,
c5.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I wanted
But
just
you,
to.
as we can see, you have them because you have taken
Yeah, well,
Cyprian.
I didn't care about the pawns.
But I think actually it's very very good moves to take these pawns because actually otherwise I'll be just worse because there are
Yeah,
two bishops. But
yeah.
Queen f3 is a move in general I wasn't very afraid of. But of course, well, the game starts here. But I wouldn't say black is worse here in general. I mean, this tempo gives me many opportunities to play bishop d7, bishop c6.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it. Yeah.
Or f6, king f7 at some point. I mean, it shouldn't be very bad for black. At least seems very playable. But I mean, of course, it's still the whole game to play. So yeah, I mean, who knows? No, I mean, castle was what I was worried about actually because well, here at first I thought maybe I could go queen c7, but then I was like, okay, but it's gonna be sharp anyway. So let's. I mean, if it's gonna be sharp, at least I take a couple of pawns and then we'll see what's happening because. So queen c3, I guess it's.
We were wondering how many pawns he wants to grab.
Yeah, on c5 it was a bit too much already. I mean, okay, rook b1 looks normal. I thought queen c2 is a good move because it kind of disturbs his position. It's not so much about the pawn, but as well because sometimes c4 might be annoying. So if I take this c2 pawn, well, having two pawns or one pawn or three pawns, it doesn't matter so much right now. But stopping c4, this breakthrough, it can be actually useful for me because this e6 d5 can hold
So,
better.
I mean,
So
let's say in case of this, there could be immediate.
I'm not sure if immediately, but or bishop e3, or I mean, there
Yeah,
are plenty of
C4 in
options.
any
And
move.
c4 looks.
And then c4 at some point.
Makes
Of
sense.
course, computer will like my position in general, but I mean, it's obvious that white has enough compensation. I mean, Morphy was giving pawns for much less than this. So I mean, he has two bishops and open position. My king is in the wrong place, and he has at least 4 or 5 tempos extra in development. So I mean, for 2 pawns, it's a decent compensation. Of course. And unfortunately,
And what about
I
three
could-
pawns?
Yeah, exactly. And taking here, I thought about it. It's not that I rejected it immediately, but it really looks
And the
like
fourth one.
a little bit. I mean, rook c1 and maybe computer can survive, but
Yeah, queen a3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take another pawn.
something like rook c2. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then well,
Very annoying
double
bishop
bishop
c5.
c5, doubling rooks on c in the c file. I mean, the problem is it's so much easier to play with white here. I mean, it's not only about. I mean, you have to care about how the game will continue. I mean, probably if I will say, okay, let's stop the game and let's put computer and say who is better.
Yeah.
Probably black will be better I mean,
It doesn't
if
matter.
computer plays against computer, but I mean, the pros white moves are much easier to play here. And black position, I mean, you one step in the wrong direction and you might be already gone. So it's hard to. I mean, it's hard to play like this. I mean, I thought I had balls big enough to take both pawns, and the third one was a bit too much. And actually, I was happy with my position, but well, the problem is that
maybe now instead of queen a5, queen c3.
Of course, that was the other option. Yeah. I mean, that was the other option to play
because
here.
I have no.
It's not easy to coordinate.
Yeah,
it's not easy to coordinate, of course. And
I would play something like rook b4 and bishop b2. I don't know.
Well, there are different moves. I mean, the problem was that at this moment I was happy with my position, but I didn't see f4 f5 that is so strong at that time. And when I saw it, it was a bit too late already.
Mm-hmm.
So and also here, well, I mean it's possible, but I mean the general conception of the position is going to remain similar. He'll have some compensation. I have a couple of extra pawns, and objectively black should be better. So I mean I wasn't very happy when I had to repeat moves, but well, on the other hand, I didn't want to suicide with low time. No, I mean queen f5 seems natural, but
I have mentioned after queen c3, rook b4. Just wanted to have a quick look here. Rook b4, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Your idea?
I wasn't sure.
Some
yeah,
e5 now.
Okay, but
Queen
h5.
Queen
h4, yeah.
The computer doesn't like.
I'm going to play f4 in some moment in the 5 minutes that can give you at this point.
Yeah, I mean the problem is sometimes also that the computer doesn't go very deep here.
Yeah, of course.
And the problem, okay, for this position, when he evaluates immediately, it's going to be always good for black. But the problem is sometimes you let him think and he realizes suddenly you are lost or something. I mean, it's not the first time that this kind of things happen. And also, rook b4, I mean, I'm not sure it's the only move also. I mean, there are
maybe even f4.
There are a few moves here that are possible.
f4, e5. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, even rook b1 back. I'm not so sure. Okay, e5, queen a4, could be. Well, I mean, I thought about it, but the problem was that here, queen g3.
And now maybe f6 also.
Yeah, but okay.
And
queen
f7.
Queen c7. I thought you have compensation here.
Okay, but king f7.
King f7.
You want to play queen
f4 maybe.
f4. Okay.
I thought maybe here.
With the idea?
Well, the idea is that I cannot play e5 anymore. I cannot bring my queen back.
Yeah.
And I cannot play e5. So I mean, sorry, and I cannot actually move anything. So actually, well, computer shows equal, and you have 2 pawns down.
Yeah,
so it
right,
means
right.
it gets very tricky here. No, f4 is a strong move here.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have f4, then I think black is okay because e5 will come and then queen d7 or something.
Yeah, I see.
But after f4, I think actually black is, I mean, maybe surviving, but much more dangerous. No, here, of course, I saw already that it might be a repetition, but the problem is that anyway, e5 seems to be the best move. And here, well, the problem is if I want to play for a win, I mean, well, if here, bishop d5, I thought knight f5 might be possible. I'm not sure.
But what about rook e2, for example, rook e1?
No, exactly, rook e2, yeah. I was worried here because I cannot play f6 again.
Yeah.
So now bishop b2, f4, I mean...
And you have to move some
Exactly, and if I move one of the pawns, it can get very tricky, very fast.
e4, bishop b2?
Or even
bishop
b1. Yeah, bishop b1, then f3 is coming, or bishop b2.
Right, very nice.
Oof, I mean, okay. It looks super dangerous here. Now, I mean, no human will play in this kind of position if you can repeat moves. I mean, okay, if I would need a win, like, I mean, I had no other result, then I'll play. But I mean, it's a team competition, and it's way much easier to play with white.
Also, you have had 24 minutes.
No, I mean, I've spent like 10-15 trying to reject the draw, but the problem is all the positions I was getting were very difficult in this kind of way. I mean, the only thing I wasn't sure about because queen f6, rook e2 I didn't like at all. This draw I knew he can't avoid because then I'll be just better. But here f4. I mean, the problem is that when I considered this line f5.
Yeah, it's
and
very nice.
well, I wasn't. I thought. I mean, like when I played queen instead of queen c3, which was the only option I had in the game. I thought when I saw this position, I thought I'll have something because I have different moves here. But when I reached this position, I was like, well, maybe I don't have much of an option because actually the two options were no. Actually, I have even three options or even four. Okay, first of all, this is losing. I mean,
rook f5.
Yeah. To rook f5, queen f5, this is probably losing.
Yeah, and rook 7.
Queen d6 and only move is king e8, and it's beautiful how I lose.
Yeah, very beautiful line.
Yeah.
So actually, well, this I saw very quickly. It was not the problem, but I thought maybe here I could take, but this gets too sharp and it's so easy also for white. Maybe rook g5, rook e5, and it's full compensation for the 3 pawns. But still, my king is so bad, and the opposite color bishops with the queens on the board, he'll be the only one having attack. So again, in practice, it's better to be white here. Although objectively, maybe black is fine, but I mean, even that I'm doubting about it. I mean, here I wasn't sure even I'm actually doing it. Okay. So and here, okay, queen c6 or something looks very strange.
f6 is going, yeah.
Yeah, well, f6 or bishop b5. I was worried about both.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. I mean, yeah, f6. I mean, yeah, it looks really. I mean, queen f6 was the only move I was really considering in the end. But before I reached this position, I thought I had 3-4 options. In the end, I was like, well, I have actually only one option, which is this one. And here, well, the problem is it's very hard to calculate because it's not something you can actually.
You can't move your queen, for example.
I cannot. I'll have to take this pawn.
Yes.
I'll have to take the third pawn.
Okay, but you open.
But I opened the file for your rook.
It's very
it's very unclear. Yeah, I mean, to play like this, you need to be a hero. Maybe I'm not. I mean, I've showed enough balls today, but this was not easy.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
here
is what the viewers wants to see. This types in chat.
yeah, of course. But I hope when they have a game that they can play like this. No, I mean, I took C2, C3, C2. I thought it was enough, but here, well, move like queen C7 is very interesting. I don't know. I don't know. This computer is saying, but even I wasn't sure if he just goes somewhere. But even I see computers giving bishop b4 very interesting, which of course I've missed.
D2.
Yeah, rook d2 and still gets super sharp. I don't know. Bishop d2, rook d6. I mean, who knows?
Very dangerous.
It was a matter of feeling more than something concrete. It was a matter of feeling that.
Okay, I had no choice. I had to play.
Well, you have to repeat moves, otherwise it will be very easy. I mean, I had the hope that you will play for a win, but I mean, like you. But the problem is there is not really anything to do.
Yeah, but after f4 you can just play f6 and
well, f4 e4 and then f6 will
yes, king f7
and rook b4 f6 and the queen goes to f7.
Yeah.
No, the problem is you're basically lost if you do nothing special, and I can keep my pawns in f6. And if I can react f4 e4, then I think I'm winning. I mean, well, still a game to come. But,
you mean f4?
Yeah, I mean, if I can react to f4 with e4 without running into f5, then this kind of position, whatever.
Yeah, it's the same as I would play f4.
Without avoiding f5 for him, then here I was very happy. Maybe I'm winning. I will play h5, rook h6, and it's basically over.
Or f6.
Yeah, f6. But I thought h5 will stop all g4s or something, and then rook h6, the rook will protect the third rank, and I'm 2 pawns up, and well, very little compensation really. But well, unfortunately, I don't have a place for my queen. Maybe my mistake was to play queen f5, but who could blame me for that?
Yeah.
Maybe queen c3 is the move. Maybe queen c3. I mean, of course, during the game I realized my probably only chance was to go queen c3 here. But when I went queen f5, I wasn't. Well, I didn't go that deep. I mean, you cannot think for 15 minutes every move because time. And here.
Yeah, I didn't like it. When you played queen f5, I saw queen g3, and okay, I had some chances to get this black scores and d5, okay. But now queen c3 and
Yeah, it's not easy to play. I mean,
I thought the
there
rook
are
before
there
is
are
the
lots
my
of
only idea.
there are lots of moves. So what if you just go back?
Yeah, okay, it's the
Some
same probably,
e5 or
but
something. Yeah,
I thought that rook one before should be much, I
much
don't know.
a little bit more active.
Yeah,
Could
But
be.
then
Or
you don't have this
then e5.
a4 square.
Yeah, but then you
so-
cannot go here or something. Yes. Yeah, probably or queen somewhere. Queen h5 or
Okay,
something.
but f6.
F6, yeah. Yeah, of course. I get something what I wanted. I mean, with my queen here, but I get the kind of position I wanted to get
Yeah.
in the game. But, I mean, it's not that it's over, of course. I mean, there are plenty of games here, lots of things to do here. But of course, this is what I was aiming for when I played queen f5. And now with the queen here, yeah, it helps more. It helps more.
Would you like to have a look at your teammates right now?
Yeah,
Because,
of course. I mean,
okay, let's have a look. First, the second board, Vocaturo versus Garcia.
he needed to change queens. I don't understand that very well, actually. Why not queen e3? I mean, in general, you want to play with the queens on the board here. No, I mean, this is much better than this. Queen e3. I was kind of terrified when I saw queen before coming.
Yeah.
But you want to play with the queens on the board here.
Obviously, because there are a lot
Yeah,
of
I mean,
weaknesses
he
here.
has lots of weaknesses, and his queen on
H4,
b4.
knight g5, for example.
Yeah, there are lots of threats, and it's very typical actually. I mean, he played a very good game, Bukatura, till here, but I couldn't understand why he changed queens. I mean, queen e3 is just much.
Was he afraid of queen b2? Because that's the reason.
No, I mean, I don't know, rook c8 or something.
Rook b1 even.
No,
No, rook b1, no,
yeah.
because bishop.
Okay,
c6.
well, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe rook f8, and it's not so obvious how to do it. But
Maybe knight d3. No.
in general, do you want to play queen e3? If
Right.
queen e3 is not working, then you did something wrong before, probably. Yeah. Maybe then you shouldn't go knight f4 immediately. Maybe you can prepare it a little bit or something. But in general, I think this position should be slightly better. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
First of all, a5 is just a mistake in such structures.
Yeah, because well, if he gets to put the bishop on b5,
Yeah,
normally it's better. But and here, okay, who knows? It's still unclear. Okay, he can take maybe g6 and play f4, and then it might be slightly better for white. But still, this taken f4 is pretty sad.
It looks good for white.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay,
What else?
I feel like
it looks beautiful for
for
white.
white, yeah.
Of course. I mean, two bishops and I mean, I'm not so sure how he will do something because it's not easy to move these pawns.
But you can just exchange rooks and get.
Yeah, it's slightly better, or even to bring the knight e2, g3, f5. That's another idea. Yeah, I mean, it looks pleasant for white.
We were a bit surprised by the black setup, knight d7, knight
d7.
I've never seen before.
Something went wrong here. I don't know exactly what went wrong, but yeah, I'm not so sure. But here, very quickly, white got a little bit better.
And the last board.
Oh, during G, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it was the strangest game.
Yeah, very strange game. I don't know. Some G5 in the opening.
Richard Ruppel style.
Yeah. Okay. So nowadays everybody does this, and I'm too old-fashioned for this. What is this? G2? I don't know. No, but actually, if you play h3, and I think it's a decent move. Huh? Normally, if you cannot play d4 here, then it's not that bad. d4 is not working, right?
No,
d4,
d4,
g4, and who knows, no, I mean something like this, even knight h4 to give a pawn something, cd4, e3, or I mean to play like you play.
Our game, yeah.
But again,
yeah,
exactly. I mean, something like this, I would be more worried if I would be black here. Because if not, if you just play h3, then it looks pretty decent. Black. And in fact, yeah.
He was still planning probably to play d4 here, but
Well, yeah.
like d3 and yeah.
No, but here, I mean, it's totally black. I mean, actually, h65 worked perfectly in this case. And what is the last position? But here looks very good for white. So you have d4 squared. This b6 pawn is suffering a lot. f5 squared as well, and no weaknesses for white. So no, I mean here it's very nice. So extra time. So I mean, no, I guess the match is kind of a little bit better for us, but not much.
Okay, it's nice. Last question: do you like the place here, the sea, the hotel, the organization?
I am here the second time. So
Daniel was playing one year ago in Salento Open.
Yeah.
In this place, so.
No, I think it's. I mean, well, it's better to come for holidays probably. It's better to play chess, but.
Especially with 2 double rounds in only 7 days. Not.
Yeah, well, but I mean, we are used to play chess in any conditions, so I wouldn't say this is a hero advantage. Pretty okay.
Okay, so thank you guys very much for coming to the studio analyzing the game. Thank you. Good luck for tomorrow. And now we are going to have a quick break, so stay tuned and see you after the break. Alright, welcome back after the break. We have very interesting games going on. So,
the round is about to finish, but the
in 1 hour probably.
Yeah, positions are getting very sharp and very complicated.
So let's look at the most important match here.
Yeah.
And we see that Sreta Luka is having an edge versus Dvirny David on the 4th board. And that's actually very good for Ketty to have, because if he wins, they will score 1.5 point, which is almost, they're almost there. They need only 1 point, maybe 2 draws here and here. Mm-hmm. And also we have mentioned that Rombaldoni was better against Brunello, and also Vallejo. Vallejo agreed here. So let's go live in this game. And rook e6, and this is actually white is better here. Now, so excuse me, it was a mistake. David is better on the 4th board, not Lucas Hitai.
David?
Yeah,
I
because
don't think his name is David.
Daniel. Excuse me, sorry. So he's having an edge and he's probably winning. So this news is good for.
It's opposite.
Yeah, it's the opposite. So it's very good. Those are very good news for Obiettivo Risarcimento Padova.
Padova?
Yes, exactly, Padova. So Daniel looks like he's winning very easily. What about? Here's a pawn up. He's got the bishop. Mm-hmm. Also d5 is hanging.
Now he's about to change a rook, maybe?
I don't think so, because then the d5 pawn would
depends by the pawn, but still e2 pawn is hanging right now.
Yeah, so he has to figure something out here.
Is it possible to make a check on c8 and then rook b8? You can make some.
It makes some sense, because if king d7, then rook takes e6. If knight f8, then rook b8.
It's hanging on f8, and now on the move. He's either check on a1 and goes then a3, or go back to the passive queen g7.
Queen g7, and maybe something simple right now, like
bishop takes d5.
Bishop takes d5, rook takes
e2, and
rook b7.
Yeah. Hanging on f7 seems very okay for white.
Let's give one check.
Alright.
King g2. And in case of rook takes f2, king takes f2, queen d4. White can play probably king to e2, queen takes d5, and rook b8, and or maybe not now, but still it should be easily.
Yeah. So your idea is to trade all the pieces and then let d pawn to the queen, while black king gets to the d pawn.
Yeah, we are talking about this if this is really winning, but you never know here. So yeah, g4 should be played.
Block the pawns on the king side and then lead the king to the go through e4, f5, and win all the pawns.
It should be easily.
I don't. Maybe it's not right now. It needs a bit calculation, but later soon it's gonna happen with knight and rook on the board.
Yeah, it's a but this endgame is easily won for white, right?
It was very nice when you go on from f3 not d3. Very nice. Yes.
This is easily winning for white, so but also in this variation, let's follow this. Rook b6, rook e6, queen c8, knight f8, rook b8, queen g7, bishop d5, rook e2, rook b7, rook f2, queen takes f2, queen d4 check, king e2, queen takes d5, rook b8, queen d6, check, 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 g4. If f5, then white is just on time. King f7, king f3, king f6, and probably king g4, king f, both winning.
Yeah.
So obiettivo risorgimento Padova seems to be taking the lead in this match. Okay, but let's look at the other games because
let's see Rombaldoni versus Brunello. Because Brunello had some.
And we've got some very interesting position here with two passed pawns, one on a6, the other one on b3.
This is the first position? That's the other. I'm looking the other position. Other board. Okay. Just can concentrate on this one.
So, what do you think, Katie, about this? So, who's on move? Actually, black played knight c6 here.
So that means that he's not afraid of bishop takes c6.
Obviously, he's not. b2 is coming, and
no chance to stop this pawn.
Yeah, you can try to have another queen, but at least black has queen takes b6. At least this, and this is not winning for white, because actually
there is no other way to use this extra queen on the board. And queen e4 or something like that?
Queen e4, king g1, still the same thing. This is a threatened check, so I feel like the only way is to do it. Capture on b6, queen.
You think it's gonna be draw or something?
But no, it's not so easy after queen e8. It's not that simple.
Still king is very open.
Yeah, but okay, black can repeat the moves. Queen e1, queen e4 in this manner.
And if white does not accept this extra piece on c6.
So once again, queen e4, king g1, queen e1.
King cannot hide.
Yeah.
And what in case of knight d7 check?
If knight d7, I feel like king d7. And this is very nice because after knight takes e5, knight takes e5, a7, b2, and bishop cannot come to d3. So very, very tricky move, knight c6, and maybe the only one saving the game.
To take it.
I mean, in this position, that it was the only possible resource for black to hold it. I don't know, maybe there are some other ones. Knight c6, very nice move, and
yeah, and while the white thinking, I don't know, on my clock there is no time for.
yeah, probably some delay here. So knight c6. What can white play? I think he should go for this draw because I don't see any other option. If knight comes to a7 and pawn to b2, who knows who's better, and probably it's black because he can go with his king. So let's have a look at Rombaldoni Brunello. A lot has changed, and somehow Brunello is not so bad here. He's maybe having a slight edge.
Really? Is this king was here forever, or he didn't castle out, right?
No, he has castle.
He came back.
And because this is the end game right now. So I feel like black started some activity here. Maybe he will play upon those weak black squares in this position. Looks very good actually for black.
Yeah, and after like replacing this pawn from f4, then it's gonna open the chances for b8 bishop.
Yeah, maybe some queen c7.
Yes.
Queen coming to h2.
Yes.
What about h takes g6? H takes g6.
Maybe knight can take on.
Yeah, I was wondering, but then bishop takes e6.
Queen takes e6.
And f5, so it doesn't fit tactically. You can try.
Maybe knight h4 first, and now queen e5.
You want to give mate on h3.
Yeah, it's getting very interesting in this position.
What about f5 and immediate f5?
Knight can jump on.
And then check on h4. So
it's very interesting. You know what is going on between Montebelluna versus Lazio Scacchi. They made two draws, second and third boards, and the first board, Grandmaster Tari has some difficult time.
Yeah, I've seen that game too, and there was a beautiful combination like 20 moves ago or 10 moves ago. Okay, Queen A1 check, King D2, Bishop H6 check, and now I think after King D3, I'm wondering about Rook takes E4.
King d3 was on the board.
No, he played Knight G5 here.
Okay, in the case of taking the queen on e1 is a mate.
Yeah.
In one.
Yeah, that was my idea. So I thought it's very interesting. Okay, but let's go live because he's got 6 seconds according to our.
Yes, we want fun.
We want some live commentary. This is the.
He has still 7 moves to go.
33rd move, H4. And materially.
Exchange in.
It's pretty equal because it's the exchange for pawn. So, and also White's king position doesn't look any good.
Yes.
Knight on G4 is
and
very
has no like the place to hide in the future.
escape, right? Because G1 and H1 is not really a great spot for the king if he's still threatened by Rook, for example. So it looks like Black has a very comfortable position because he at least his king is safer. There are no immediate threats to his king. So there are 2 draws here.
And also I wanted to mention that the final board, 4th board,
again Di Benedetto and
yeah, he has exchange.
Let's go live.
He has exchange.
He has exchange up.
Yes. It was a very, very poor blunder by his opponent in the end game. Yeah, this is exactly in this position. He played knight f4. And king f3 is coming.
So he missed rook g3 check.
Yes.
King f7 and king f3.
Yes.
Very, very poor blunder.
Yes, and he had time problem, like less than 1 minute.
At this point?
When he
or
wandered.
later?
No, when he wandered. Maybe he had a trump problem.
Maybe that's the reason he missed this little combination.
Yes, and White had here 44 minutes or so.
So I don't think White
can Black can handle this position for a long time.
Okay, but still there are some technical difficulties.
In case of taking this knight on f4, it's winning for sure. But the rook from g3 cannot be free for a while.
That's true.
Because I'm hanging on g2. And also, if the rook goes on g4,
there comes knight d5 check, king d2,
first, and then king f5.
And here we go again with g3
and maybe here
g4.
Oh, it just works. Oh,
I don't know. Maybe this is not correct because of rook to. Yeah, the only move, because otherwise king f4 is coming. So rook e3, and I'm wondering what is this? This must be winning for White.
Because very, very strong d4.
Yeah, but let's analyze this because. Okay, in case of king e6, there comes kings f4, f5, and the immediate winning idea by king g5. So the only possible way to defend is king to play king g5. For black is to king g5. But now,
what if
just
simply g3?
g3, king f5.
Okay, g3 is not the correct move.
Maybe d5. 5 king f5, d6, king 6.
Even here, king d4 is
King
possible.
f4. If king f4, then g. Okay, if g3,
if
then
king f4, there's a d6.
Yeah, that's right. So we can just.
If g3, the king takes on c4 or king c5.
King c5 looks even better. King e5, d6, and white is obviously faster.
Still many moves.
So maybe it's a correct way to play, like this, and this. Because you want to free your rook. King f5, rook g3. Okay.
Okay, we have a guest here.
We have a special guest from Hungary, Grandmaster Peter Prohaska, who has won his game against Cebalo Misho, the Grandmaster Cebalo Misho. So please come to the studio and join us.
Okay. Thanks for inviting me.
Hello, welcome. Yeah, I saw your game. In this position was extra pawn for you.
Yeah, I took the pawn on b2.
Yes, and also king is.
Yes, but okay, I mean.
Yeah, let's.
I think my opponent handled this position very optimistically.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back very beginning of the game.
Okay, let's start from the mainline. Okay, I usually play knight b6 nowadays.
You want to play?
Yeah, okay, I had a game with even if I should e3. So
Okay.
e3, f3, g3, h4, even rook g1 was played.
Oh.
Or bishop g5, these are all mainlines. So rook g1 is not. But Mamadero played it, I think, once.
Without the g4 and g5 later?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that good.
So you like to try all the pawns sometimes, g3, sometimes e3, or you just play e3 most?
No, I was black here, so my opponent had to choose between these options, and he chose he's chosen the safest line, I think, g3. I think this is my first, maybe second game in this line with black. I had one like 6 years ago already with Lalic. Then did another e3, and now there is a trick here like rook e1, which would be ideal, preferring e4.
Oh wait, white had castle and then he came back to e1?
Yes.
Oh. I'm a bit confused.
Yes, it was okay. He thought I will get that, but he thought basically that and then game will arise, and so his king will be in the center. But then I didn't.
But the queen was on the.
Yeah, I didn't exchange queens.
Okay.
So rook e1 is. I mean, white would like to play e4, but and play it in one go. But the problem is with rook e1 is that knight e4 is quite strong. And
then now there's a pin.
And this doesn't work for white. So it means that
this is still fairy till.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And so it means that white has to play e4 in 2 moves. e3 now g4 is a big threat, so I have to play h6
to have the
safe square on h7. Yeah. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying.
Queen e2, knight fd7, takes e4, bishop g6, which is a bit counterintuitive, I think. Why not bishop h7? But I think Raggar suggests this in his video series actually.
And what is the difference between?
Well, I have a square for my king, which is not really it doesn't matter much, but
Actually, it's
but sometimes I want to play bishop h5 in some lines.
Yes.
Like there are some lines when black plays queen e8, f5, and bishop h5.
And there's not like a real danger for this bishop on g6, so why not?
Actually, the bishop stands better on g6 because there is no knight to harass him. So so it is probably a better move. But okay, the position should be around equal. Bishop f4, and basically I was out of theory. I think I know this line after bishop g6.
Okay.
And
here you come.
Right, I was thinking about queen e8.
Okay, what was the
because of this idea?
e5?
No, I mean yes. First of all e5, but if he somehow prevents it, then maybe f5 and bishop h5. Like this would be the plan. But somehow queen e8 didn't feel right.
Yeah, it's a bit passive there, and queen on e7 looks more natural to then connect the rooks if you need that.
Yes, that's right. But there is also a problem with queen e7. So I'm not sure actually which move is the better one, because the problem is with. Sorry. The problem is with.
I can do with this also.
Okay. That's better. So the problem is with queen e7 is that there is knight a2, and
the
if
bishop has.
Yes, bishop has no squares. I mean, it has squares, but I have to exchange it. And
so in this case, you go back to e7.
Yes.
But where this bishop goes then later?
Or maybe I just want to play bishop f6, provoke e5, or play e5.
Okay.
But I agree. This looks a bit unnatural.
Yeah. So you gave up this bishop here, I guess.
Yeah, I hope that he doesn't play knight a2 actually. But he did.
You were like, don't play.
Please don't play it, but I did it. So what to do?
But he did it.
I think I calculated lines like this. I hope that something like this happens if I takes, and if he takes it, if he takes it, then I'm just much better. But bishop e3 is interesting, and then bishop c5, f4. Now I would like to change. And I was calculating lines like knight somewhere. Okay. I was not sure, and I thought that I may have something, or maybe I first take, and knight c4 now.
It's a big problem on b2.
Yeah, although I'm not sure now. Now that I see this position, if it shouldn't work, I can probably take and rook d8 cover with the knight. Maybe. But and then if he goes back to e2, queen c5 check knight e3. Something like this. I was hoping that something like this happens and I trick him somehow.
But how many minutes is he spent for knight a2?
Like 10-15 minutes, quite.
So you had enough time to hope.
Yes. I was mainly walking. Okay. I was tired after the morning game.
Yes.
So knight a2. I was actually thinking about playing e5. I still don't know if it's a better choice or not. And if he takes, I can play bishop c5 now.
Oh.
And he cannot defend the e5 pawn.
So you're gonna take it later.
Yes, but he has more options. He doesn't have to do this. For example, he can take with the bishop.
Knight takes. Oh, okay, now.
Knight takes. Yeah, he can do this, but I don't think that is so great, because I win the back pawn anyway. Maybe with queen e7. I can even move something like this, threaten with rook d2, even only after maybe rook d1, queen e7, queen c5. So I can do something like this, but I wasn't sure about is that he can take on b4 anyway. Takes and knight d3, and I was not sure whether I should do this or not. And finally I decided not to play this when I realized that there is a line like this one after queen d6. I mean, it looked first that somehow I can cause some problems when attacking this pawn, but we can just pawn knight.
Is it possible to take on d4 because then knight jumps somewhere and opens the file to knight on this?
Exactly. And then I lose my d7 knight, so I cannot play.
And it's a pretty strong center with d4 and e4 pawns.
I can attack it with rook f8. I can put pressure on the center. But at the end I decided not to allow this anyway.
Okay.
I wasn't sure how to assess this position. And so I just played the easiest move after a long time, which was d6. But okay, he took it, which he can play e5, but I'm not sure about that move. I think he should probably take But if he can always play e5, but then my bishop becomes active.
Yeah, and if he plays before taking on d6, then this bishop on f4 looks very desperate and very.
The question is which bishop is worse, the one on f4, because my bishop on c7 is also.
But he can come on b6 and attack on d4.
Yes, I can play rook f d8, knight b6, knight d5 slowly.
Develop my g6 pieces. Bishop is really strong now.
Yeah, I mean, I played the Caracan defense as black mainly, so this structure is not new to me.
Yeah.
And
you feel comfortable with this structure?
I think, yes, definitely. And well, he should play probably b4 at some moment, because if the pawn structure stays like this,
the endgame is gonna be very good for black.
Yes.
I guess.
Yes. So either he should move a knight to c5 or try something, but I don't believe that e5 is critical. So I think bishop d6 is more natural. Rook mt1. Unfortunately, I cannot play e5. I would like to play e5, but
it's not possible because it takes it.
So the question is, how can I prepare it? It's not that easy. Here I had a real. This was the first moment in the game when I wanted to win, of course, but well, I had some doubts here.
Yeah.
Looking at the position, like I thought,
let you be more realistic, like how to win.
Yes.
But how you managed to take
this
BT pawn and force this white king to come? How you do that?
Okay. I mean, yeah, he had to make some big mistakes, of course. But at this point, at the first moment I wanted to play knight b6 just as this pawn. But the problem is that he plays queen c2, he defends it and then plays queen b3, and I have no real good answer to queen b3. At least I didn't find it. And if I play e5, queen b3, it's awful for me. And there'll be 7 points hanging if I move the knight. It's even not clear where I can move it. So
yeah, and if you defend this knight with queen c7 or something.
Yes, then he takes on. He just takes on e5 and maybe just defends it with f4 because I cannot take it immediately. So it means that after queen c2 I don't see the follow up at all. So. And then I thought, okay, no problem. I just play rook at d8 and see what he does. And maybe I just keep my knight on d7 and let's see what happens later. But then I thought that, okay, what if d5? What if d5? And now somehow it's not easy to react to this. At least because if I take with the c pawn, takes back e5, this would be the a normal reaction, but he goes back with the knight to b5, and I think I'm in danger.
Yes, b5 square is very nice for knights.
I think so, yes.
And also this d5 pawn.
Yes, it's very strong because it will probably move to d6 and probably I will be not the one who is winning this game. That was my fear. So I thought that maybe I can just do this and queen e5, and it will probably a big draw. Maybe even knight c3 or takes and knight c3 or something like that, and somehow we will exchange everything. So this was my fear, that if he plays d5, I don't find anything better than, I didn't find anything better than like simplifying everything, and well, otherwise I'm just forced probably.
But he didn't play d5.
No, fortunately no, because I didn't find anything better than rook f8. I thought, okay, well I will play rook f8 and I'm praying that he doesn't play d5, because this is my best option.
Much today.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also had a big luck. Yeah, in the morning round. So rook c1. I was very happy. Well, I was happy to see this move because this is not immediately the draw. But on the other hand, white is not versatile, of course.
Yeah, it's just a situation when you're afraid of some move, and when your opponent doesn't play, and you became, oh yes, and then you think a little bit and you realize like he still has these chances and
yes, of course.
nothing changed.
Nah, this is a perfectly good move.
Yeah. Needed this rook in here, and now d5 is coming. Anyway.
Yes, and also d5 is coming as well. And knight b6 has the same problems with king c2. So the question remains what to do. And well, I just
again pray. You let it.
I decided not to allow d5 anymore because now I can take with the pawn and the queen is in. So at least I don't have that problem. Looking back, maybe I could have played it instead of rook d8 immediately. I mean, okay, it's an equal position, and okay, the question is like I have a bunch of rating more, so I have to try to win, and of course the position is equal, but the question is how can I let how can I not allow deny my opponent to simplify the position? Although I think that he didn't want to simplify at all. I think he wanted to beat me at this point.
Yeah.
But still, I prefer to have options when there is more life in the game. So queen c4. I don't know. This was a strange move. I didn't think about this move at all.
Has some destiny here, or just some move?
I don't know.
It goes from the e file, I guess, to play d5. But in any case, there is a knight b6 with tempo.
Yes, but knight b6, queen b3. Yeah, and
I have to move after d5. If white wants still to play d5.
I don't know what was the plan behind this move, honestly. Because b4 is not that easy anymore. That the rook is not
it's
standing
gonna
on
hang
a1.
in on a4 after some changes.
Yes. I just wanted to keep the position probably. Knight f6.
I can really do from here.
Okay, at one point is that I didn't want to play e5 because of d5, and this I didn't like. So maybe this is an idea behind queen c4. So knight f6. I wanted to provoke f3 or e5, and I managed to do that. And now I could play e5. And the main question for me was how to assess this endgame, because I think I need to take here, take and probably I just bring my king.
Okay.
And he does the same thing, I think. And well, there is some knight c1, knight b3 pawn, but it's not that easy to achieve because I can also attack his c5 pawn at some moment. And maybe I take here. Maybe he should take back with the king. I'm not sure. If he takes back with the rook, knight is here, and probably I should bring back my bishop to life.
Yeah, to the game. Back to the game.
Yes. F6 is.
Yeah, that's very nice.
The most typical move actually in this line, this whole slab, because the bishop on g6 is practically out of play, like 90% of the time. And this f6, bishop f7 is how we get back it in the game, and I think I was happy actually with this position. I thought I have something to play.
Yeah, it's very nice to play this type of end games. Like you are not risking anything.
I think so.
You have some chances to maneuver your pieces.
Well, his a4 pawn and c5 pawns are weak, and of course my a5 pawn is also weak. But I thought that maybe I can attack his weaknesses easier than
and
he can mine.
Like bishop on g2, it's a very desperate.
Yeah, he should
right
also
now.
he should also bring it back. Maybe I just played some happy moves for maybe bishop f1. Okay, in the game I'm usually optimistic. I calculate sometimes where I'm standing well, but still this should be equal, around equal. But there is some in position also. Well, anyway, I had to make a move. This was my main reason behind e5, but I was also calculating something. e5 takes. Also, this was an interesting question. If I can take on b2 after f4.
This was not in the game. I think.
No.
Okay.
He didn't play f4. He played knight c3 back because the b2 is hanging, and
I think it's okay to take on b2.
I didn't see any problem with it actually.
Because right now rook b1 makes no sense because it can be trade on d1, yes, and still black's move.
Yes, and e5 and g4 are just coming to e3. So
and this king is very open. White king is very open.
Yes, it can be. This is a very tricky position because okay, I'm passive here, and he has a center. But if I can play e5 in a good moment, and then in any endgame the pawn structure is really very favorable for me on the queen side. And now that he played f3, you're right that he can have some problems on this g1 h7 diagonal. Also, if knight arrives somewhere.
This is very passive.
Yes, so probably he didn't play this critically. I think the main problem with this position with black, if maybe he should have kept one more pieces. I mean, like a bishop. He should have kept the bishops on the board probably, the dark thread bishops, or like bishop f4 was not like critical, because he has space advantage, and because he exchanged the bishops, I don't have problems arranging my pieces.
Yes, that's true.
Anymore.
Yeah. Now if you had like extra pieces on the board, it's gonna be problem of coordinating.
Yes. It's not that easy because sometimes I have problems with my b4 bishop because I don't have enough space. But now I don't have any more, and so he should have kept probably the bishops, and also, well, there are two interesting plans at least, probably more, but two comes to mind now. One is that this somehow white puts his knight on c5, like he maneuvers it there, c1, b3, c5, and the other one is that he plays b4 at some moment.
At the right moment.
And somehow, and then my b7 pawn can be weak.
Okay, so for that, in any case, rook needs to move from c1, and maybe rook b1 just keeps the both ideas.
Yes. But, no, he didn't have this idea really in the game. I think these ideas he didn't really have. Well, he could have put his queen on c5. Also, well, there was another move, this d5, which is equalizing, I think. So it's not that white is in danger or something, just maybe how white could play for an advantage, something.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that, and now I think my position is very comfortable. Knight d7. The hero knight, like even knight d7, knight b6, knight d7, knight f6 comes back to the key dissonance card. And this was the moment when he went. I mean, this is also already very comfortable for me, but here he went really wrong. Because
he started to
because he played queen f2, king f2, and with the aim that after queen c5, which was actually my plan probably with knight d7. Well, his king is now more in the
But
center.
you didn't play queen c5.
No, although this position was also very comfortable for me after f6, bishop f7, and well, I don't think that he has dangerous matchups here. That would be a question, but I don't think he has. So this position is also playable for me, but king f2 is just probably a big mistake because after knight b6, it's not easy to move the queen.
Yeah, and the next is a check on c5.
Like if he plays queen b3, for example, I can give a check. It's not even clear where this king has to go, and then after queen b4, he cannot take because then the a4 pawn falls. But the main line for me was, and why knight b6 was much better than queen c5, is that this endgame is just not playable for white now with queen h3, because I can take
and knight c4,
knight c4 here, and maybe I'm not sure what he means. Maybe this one. Maybe he thought that he can win back the pawn, like take rook b1. But the problem is that I have knight c4.
Yes.
And he cannot take because I give a check, and well, he has to defend the bishop, but it's still lost.
Fine. Okay.
Yes.
Piece. I never liked bishop on g2. I mentioned it already so many times.
It was a sad piece in this game.
Yes, very sad piece.
So he cannot take on b7, which means that I remain a pawn up.
Oh, okay.
And so because this variation is not working with queen d3, he has to do something else. But okay, what? And this is where he went king e1.
Ah, okay.
Because if he plays king f1 after knight c4, he has, well, there are some knight checks in the game as well. So, and after queen e3, he loses the pawn by force. So that's why.
That's only. Yeah, that's only.
But okay, then king f2 was not a good move.
Yeah, it just forced to get this position.
Yes.
Completely.
Nah, this was definitely not his plan. And I just play queen b4 because a4 pawn is hanging now. Queen c2, and here, well, I'm seeing the computer and f5. Well, I'm not this active, unfortunately.
You already analyzed your game?
No, but okay, I'm seeing the line here.
Ah, okay, this one.
Yeah, okay. This is probably winning. I was thinking actually about f6, just solid, like just bishop f7, bishop d3, and I will probably win a pawn. But I wanted to win like
f5 is
nicely.
sharp.
Although yeah, f5 is sharp, but knight c4 looked like good to me, and I hope that something like this would happen. What exactly? Rook b1. Yes, and now I wanted to play f5. Yeah, now I wanted to play f5 because if he takes, I can take back.
And no, it's not possible to take on f5.
It's possible, but it's losing. I mean, of course, it's just game over because if he doesn't take, then he can resign, of course, but it's also resign because I just give a check, and now he cannot move the knight because of the pin, so he has to move the king, and well, king f1 is knight e3, but after king f3,
queen b6.
Exactly, and next move is knight e3 and game
oh
over.
my god, it's over.
Yes, so it means that he cannot take on f5, and I was not sure how do I win after bishop f1, but I thought that there are some ways probably. I will find somehow something. I don't know. I was thinking about 95. Take on e4. I was not sure exactly at this moment, but he just played bishop f1, which is a better move, of course, but it denied me to finish the game and stuff, which is unfortunate. But okay, I could take
d1 and
d1. Well, knight d1 is illegal. King d1 is illegal because of knight e3, rook d1, knight e3, so he has to take with the queen.
Oh, and then.
And now I took here, and probably this. I'm not sure if he saw this or not, but he didn't have a better option anyway. But the main point is that he doesn't have rook b1 because I play knight a3.
Oh, wow, this is beautiful. In case of taking rook before, there is a knight c2 check, and it's extra rook.
Yes.
Very nice.
So he cannot. He doesn't have rook b1, which means that I could just take a pawn for nothing.
Yeah, for free.
Yes, and I mean I have plans like rook d8, rook d2, or maybe f5 later.
Yeah,
so
now it's easy for you to win this position for sure.
Well, in the game I thought that maybe he takes and then well it will be a long game. It will be a long game and he will defend, but well I thought that I would win somehow.
Like I say, maybe b5 and to free your a pawn to promote it.
Yes,
or maybe first
or bring the rook into the game. I mean, it depends what he does, or maybe the position with f5.
Maybe f6 also.
Or maybe f6. Yes, maybe f6.
You have many ideas. I'm sure you could simply manage to win that and not hold.
Well, my only problem is that my pawn on b7 can be weak in some lines, and he can play for that. But I should.
It's extra, and it takes a lot of time to play for that.
I think so, and yeah, I should have enough resources to deal with that.
And also, the king on e1 is very big still. Queens are on the board.
Yeah, I was happy to see that king there. I mean, it would stand much better on.
Yeah, when I saw your game, I was like, he never castled because we didn't check your game here, and I was like, what happened? Everything was played, but king was on the wrong place.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Yes.
But okay, it was his miscalculation. Probably he just used knight b6 completely because he just calculated queen c5 when he played this move. And after this, it was forced, and I agree, it doesn't look pretty.
Yeah.
So, well, he played queen b1, and for some reason here I wanted to give some mate, like I wanted to play some. I play knight d5, but I think I wanted to play sometime rook d8. I'm not sure. But then for some reason I wasn't sure about this. If I would get mate. I already forgot everything.
Is not there quick text before?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, sorry. That of course there is, yes. I have no idea what. Okay, let's see what I did. 95, bishop e2, and probably here I was calculating rook d8. Queen d4, queen d4. I was calculating queen d4, and like I was trying to make it work, like to rook d8 and give some check.
On g1, and the king is cut it from d5.
I'm not sure what I was calculating, but at the end I decided that somehow I didn't see the mate, and I thought, okay, let's play safely. He cannot take on b4 anyway because I take on a4 and.
Next gonna be another pawn.
Yeah, you just cannot do it. But after f4, I just went back, and well, if he gives a check on the diagonal, like on a2, then I have bishop f7. He cannot move the knight because of the pin. Basically, he has no moves, and knight c5 is coming. But okay, this is a lost position already. Just I shouldn't blunder. Which is always tricky.
This is only job for you.
Yes. Knight c5. Okay, I expected here f5, but.
You wanted to go with all the pleasure.
Yes. And king f1. Okay, he went out of the pin, but.
It's not hanging on it.
Yeah, it is. No, well, if I take with this is not a good idea because okay, my c5 is hanging, but he has bishop c4, and unfortunately I could give a knight check on d2, but he takes the check, so.
Oh, okay. Now I realize why it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Okay.
So I couldn't do this, but okay. I mean, I can take with the knight, so it's alright. And Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter what he plays. It's lost anyway. Bishop d3, and I was calculating something I did too. I wanted to be fancy. Because if he takes it, then I play rook d8. And bishop c4, I take with check. So.
Okay, this c4 square is very.
Yes, it's check for both of us.
Yes, exactly.
And but well, I thought that he plays king g2, and I should probably be winning, but okay, I take knight c4, but he's alive, and I thought that I should just play an endgame. It's much easier.
Queen, you take queen. Takes.
Yeah,
okay.
queen c3. I thought that I just okay, I have three more pawns.
Oh my god. It's like an extra piece.
He cannot even get to the 7th time because I can do this, and if he plays rook d1, I can play knight c5. So he cannot get even to the 7th. Not that it will solve this problem.
Chances. And b6 then, and
yeah, probably just move over the knight and push the a pawn, or push all the pawns, or move the knight to d5. I think there are probably a lot of ways at this moment. And he has chosen queen a2 check. Okay, of course, but he's not winning the queen because bishop f7. And suddenly, okay, he could take on. No, he has to take on c3. And now the hero knight, which went knight d7, knight d6, knight d7, knight f6, knight d7, knight e5, knight b6, knight c4, knight takes, knight c4 back, knight e5, knight d7, now knight c5 first, knight takes e4, and finally knight g3.
I was not expecting that. I was like, why is calculating this? Okay, one more move and another extra pawn.
Yeah, okay, well, I was so mean. I mean, 2 extra pawns were not enough for me, so I took the 3rd, and he's up, and my opponent just resigned here.
Okay.
And 3 pawns
too much. Very nice. Final. It was very nice game.
Thank you. I have to thank for my b8 knight.
Yes. So you're in danger with the knight, and the guys who is watching and who are gonna play against you should quickly change knights. But I'm sure you'll not give up so easily your knights.
Hopefully. No, I will not give them up. I will protect with my life. I will not yeah.
Okay.
Although, yeah, it was I mean, I gave it away.
Yeah, after you used it a lot.
Yeah.
So, is it your favorite piece?
Well, in this game it definitely was.
Okay. You can make a tattoo of knight. Yes.
I will consider it.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming, and feel free to come anytime.
Thank you very much.
Your interesting games.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, so thanks for Peter for coming to the studio, and I wish Peter was here every day, so I could just go to the beach. So.
Oh my God, you wanted to rest.
Let's continue. What are the results here?
Okay.
Virni won. So Obiettivo Risarcimento Padova is leading 2-1. So and Sabino Brunello is suddenly.
Is there any greedy Italian who wants to do if he wants to do some chess?
I want you to tell me how is my game because I'm upset.
Okay, we have.
Come and see yourself and save my eyes. You want to?
I trust.
Oh my God.
All right, so Andrea is asking to look at his game, so why not? Where is he? He was supposed to be better at some point.
Yes, I was phone up, but I don't know. Okay, no, later I was.
At least you can join with the chair.
Yeah, if you want, because there is a place for free people.
Okay, I just want to.
Okay, come on.
To see one moment.
Okay.
I think this position was good for me. I don't know. It was complicated.
It looks nice for black right now. Okay. So
No, now I think that maybe Queen B1 was possible now. No, without A3.
threatening bishop takes
Threatening
g6.
bishop takes G6 and before, but I think that I can just play bishop F7 and if before knight E6 and I think I'm
And
fine.
I think it's not dangerous here.
Yeah.
Right?
What do you think?
I see this position for the first time, but it looks like okay, c5, bishop f4, right? So
Yes.
there is nothing to worry about with black.
No, okay, yes, this was what I was thinking. Okay, but
Okay, let's have a look here. a3, a5.
yes, yes, bishop F7, take,
And the same idea. c5,
yes,
bishop f4.
here I thought I was slightly better, but I'm not sure. In this position, is there an engine also?
There are some suggestions that okay, it's all the time about
So okay, I was
quality and
about equality. Okay, so is yes, bishop takes c3 maybe is not so good. Yes,
but what was your
yes, okay, bishop.
What are the other possibilities?
Yes,
here?
no, okay, bishop takes c3. Take. Now maybe we can e4. Yes, d8.
Your position looks
Yes, I'm active, but it was somehow scary, because of the
because
file.
of the
But I think that this knight d4 doesn't work for queen d3. No, I think I'm not. I think should be.
excuse me, we've got some technical problems. So we are back after fixing those little problems. Yes, and let's go back to Andrea's game. Queen f5, b5, and
I think b5 is not so good. I think.
because of
No, knight a5. I think here
knight
I'm
a5.
fine. But here I expected bishop takes e6.
Bishop takes e6.
Well, I think maybe this is about equal. I think I don't know.
But
Or
I don't know.
maybe white is better even. I don't know.
So you have to retake with the bishop, right?
Bishop,
Knight d4 is the idea.
I don't know. Well, if knight d4, maybe you can take c5.
c5, that's right.
No, maybe I'm fine here.
It should be fine.
Yes.
What is the problem? I mean, you can always support the knight on b6 and there are no problems.
Yes, but yes, the point is that my opponent played bishop c2 instead of taking, and I took c5. And here I thought, okay, I'm gonna win this game, but after queen c1, he has some compensation. Knight e4, I don't know. Maybe queen e3 is a mistake. I don't know. How do you assess this position?
It's hard to tell.
It is a problem of knight on a5.
Well, yes, 95, but 94 is annoying.
So dark squares
I think
are
he,
really.
I think he has full compensation here.
Is it possible to manage to like queen c3 and
But if queen c3, okay, 94 and queen g7.
yeah to
to
make
this
that function
artificial
of-
fianchetto.
Yes.
But I was afraid of something here. I don't know. So maybe knight f g5, and then if I take knight f6. And,
something like this.
you know.
And the queen takes g5. Looks scary, right?
Yes, very scary. Yeah.
Because the queen is now in a
Yes, or maybe
in the prison.
Maybe you can even take e8 one
first. Yes, very
No,
scary.
okay, yes.
So
Maybe he had a very good compensation.
I think it looks like he's got.
Yes, but after queen d2, now I was in trouble, and I were in trouble, and I couldn't find a good move because I played knight d4, and maybe
Because you wanted to simplify the position.
Yes, but actually I wanted to answer Rook E1 with Knight E2, but I noticed that if I play Knight E2, he plays Knight E4, and I'm in trouble. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
big
nice
problem.
idea, Knight
Yeah.
E4, by the way. Threatening Knight F6, if Rook takes E4, then Bishop takes N4, Queen takes E4, and the Rook E2.
Maybe I have some compensation, but I don't think, because the dark squares are weak too. Maybe in the in-game I could have some. Okay, so I have
So
to...
very nice compensation. Combination,
Yeah.
sorry.
So I have to sacrifice, to lose the queen like a beginner, and try to make draw.
And you succeeded, so...
Yes, I think that White should not simplify the position. I think that he should keep the pieces.
So,
I think this is
you
good.
think Rook E1 was a blunder?
But I mean, I think he can exchange rooks. But,
Okay, you mean later on, right?
Yes, I think that White can exchange rooks, but I think that he must keep the knight if he wants to.
Both knights?
No,
at least
both
one.
knights is impossible.
But I think he must keep one knight, because I played c6, and after h4 good move, pawn takes b5, and now I think I must. Okay, knight g5, good. Knight e5, queen takes b7,
H6.
h6. I think that now with knight e4 I might have some problems, because I must play knight g4, but then he plays king g1.
King G1.
Yes, because I'm threatening rook takes e4.
You're threatening mate.
Yes, but I think that in this position somehow it should be better, because he will play g3 and then slowly. I don't know. But maybe it's not.
Maybe some wondering.
But maybe it's not such a big problem. Maybe king g7 or maybe rook e5.
You have some nice resources. If you just stay, what's happening? What is
maybe g3.
G3, king G8.
Yes, but now there is no mate anymore. Maybe he has some knight g6. I don't know. Annoying.
Now rook e1, king e2, and bishop d5. Ah, no!
It's a village.
So it was better to have the king in f8.
Yeah, so just keep the king, g7, f8.
Yeah.
Why not? And you know, you cannot progress probably with white.
Yes, maybe.
Maybe king g2, then rook takes e4, for example, and bishop d5. So
yes, okay. And well, so my opponent.
What a dream position.
Yes, okay. Yes, so maybe it was not so bad. So my opponent exchanged this, and I think that this position is an easy draw. At h5, and okay, again
looks
put
like
the rook in e5, and it's a fortress.
Rook e5, rook f5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
okay. Okay, thank you for
thanks for
chess lesson.
Thanks for sharing with us your thoughts on your game. So hope to see you soon after some
I hope I
game.
can win one game.
Yeah, we hope. So good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much. And what are the things doing? My end Petkov.
Okay, we have a quick look at the results.
Position.
We have a look at
My mate Vladimir Petkov against Kolutis.
He's better, but not so much.
Not so much. So maybe he does not win. Yes.
Okay, he's superior all the time. I don't know, bishop d5, queen e7, something like this.
Yes, but I think that black can keep.
Because the king is weak. And
Yes,
yeah. And there are always some queen c1, queen e4, something like this.
Yes, maybe queen b6 and bishop d5, but it's not easy.
It's not easy at all.
Yeah.
So
okay, it's a hard life.
it's a hard life for a team.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you
Good
for
job.
coming. Thank you. Very interesting things are going on here. Montebelluna is about to lose a match with Lazio Scacchi.
And the crucial game is on the fourth board. And again,
let's go for it.
Alright, so Di Benedetto Eduardo is playing against Zamengo Fulvio.
Yeah.
So we've had some moves. King f2, knight d5, king e2. Okay, so he has to free his rook in order to win this game. And he needs to be careful about king f5. So probably black didn't want to. Okay, no, doesn't matter. a4, rook f3, so he manages to free his rook. And rook e1 coming to e5.
Okay.
Looks like
on e8 and goes on e4.
knight f4. This is important not to lose the pawn. So g3, knight h5, and he's forced to defend. Maybe rook g1 or rook e3. Rook g1. The idea is simple, just to go because now the knight is misplaced on h5. So maybe you just go to f2 in order to defend the pawn. Then move rook to b1, rook b4, and all the pawns fall down. So a3, king e2, king g6, king f3. Yeah, exactly. Maybe then it's better.
Esatto.
Yes, esatto. King is to f3. Then he threatens rook to b1. So let's look. Rook e1, g4, king g2, and the rook is coming to e5.
It's completely winning for.
But now also knight d5, but check. Check coming.
c6.
King f7, rook c6. Yeah. Now he can wait move. One move, king f7. Hoping for rook c4.
You're very obsessed of this works with knight lately.
And especially on e3. It's the second time. So maybe Eduardo is a bit tired and some moment of just blindness, but of course.
Are you hoping for a plus key?
Yeah, I'm hoping for
to have fun.
Any hope, any fork. No, I just. King f7 and rook c6. Okay, let's say knight c3, then rook c4, knight takes a2, and actually the knight is trapped here.
Okay, you don't need to take this pawn.
So if we manage to go
with the king?
Yeah, but probably we're too slow. I'm thinking about f4, but now if he goes back, we can just play king c2.
And then king on b3.
Yes, so the only idea is to play f4 with black. G takes f4, g3, but now we can just play rook c5, king d6, and maybe just rook g5. Maybe some king c2, then knight b4, some complications. There are some drawing chances, I have to say. King f7, but maybe he's got another idea. Maybe he wants to play
first attack on a3.
Yeah, it's possible. Knight c3, rook takes a3, knight b5, and rook a4. And it should be pretty, should be winning because of this pawn is very dangerous. So of course white manages to capture the c4 pawn. So let's say knight d5, rook a5, c3, rook c5. and it should be winning pretty easily here.
Yep.
So I think his
Meanwhile,
idea is to go for the a3 pawn.
you know, C4. Meanwhile, Grandmaster Tari and Grandmaster Vasquez made draw.
After a very exciting game.
After a
I want to see again this moment.
Okay.
Why?
We stopped somewhere.
What about King d3? Is this losing, or I have to play Rook takes e4? I very much like this mate because it's very beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful because a very unusual mate, but probably there is something else. So the only possibility, there are two possibilities: knight c5, queen a4, and rook takes e4. Knight c5, I don't think it's working because rook d8, king e2, and black is lost. So queen a4, bishop takes b4, and some compensation maybe.
It happened in the game, or not?
No,
it was
no.
kind of similar position.
So knight g5 was played. Never mind, because maybe it was very risky to go with this king. He must have had something on his mind playing this. So let's sum up everything. Because Brunello Sabino is about to win. So Obiettivo Risarcimento Padova will probably win 3-1, taking the sole lead, or
Yeah,
not yet, because Montebelluna
is about to lose.
Yeah, to lose the match because of the worst position on the last board, because it cannot be won by black. So Obiettivo Risarcimento is going to take the sole lead, and Cristiano 40 should be very happy today.
Yeah.
He was in studio, he was talking, laughing, and his team won.
He was very cool with
He's
all
going
the
to
things.
win.
Like, it's already, they won 7 times this title out of 10. He was pretty sure that he's gonna take this cup again.
Also, let's look at this match. Familia is leading with 1.5 point to half point versus Euroskaki.
And not we just say goodbye now and you're coming back again.
All right.
Yes. Let's finish it.
So that's all for today, right? So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow. The next round is at 9:30 in the morning. So be sure to be there. And
don't be late.
see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.